rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? Man, get that energy up. Get that energy up, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. First, even though we took an L, throw your hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Scream. That's what I want to do right now, man. I legit want to scream. That's why the name of the channel is Blue Tears, Orange Tears, Blorange Tears. Blue Tears, Orange Tears, Blorange Tears. I am so frustrated tonight. I watched the Knicks collapse on national TV. I watched the Knicks have a 9-point lead with 33 seconds left to go in the game, lose to the Dallas Mavericks. What in the world is going on out here? Before I start throwing the link around and all that stuff, man, I want to get some things off my chest first, because, you know, once you throw the link out there, who knows where the conversation go? Who knows where the conversation go, right? This is a Tom Thibodeau loss. In my opinion, this is a Tibbs loss. And he coached an outstanding game today, too. He coached an outstanding game today. But I saw some flaws heading down the stretch. And I was like, yo, this is going to come back and bite us. And it did. Salute to JJ in the building. JJ, what's good? I see you, JJ. What's good, my man? JJ, I'm going to try to get the Mets joint up and running today. I'm going to try to get it up and running today, man. Y'all smash that like button, man. If you came in the door, man, smash that like button, man. Help support your man. Try to grow this Knicks channel. You know, I apologize, man. We've been trying to do things kind of like the right way. You know what I'm saying? Try to have it family friendly. Try to get people, fans of other fan bases on the channel, and I know sometimes we get off the rails a little bit. Our language is what it is, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even though I may speak like a sailor away from here, I noticed on YouTube a lot of y'all click off the channel when y'all hear that type of language. So instead of offending y'all or running y'all off, man, we're just gonna clean up the way we approach stuff. Shout out to JJ. Mr. Vince is in the building. All Future Media. What's good? Alfonso Scott is in the building. The hip hop legend called Mega's in the building. Dre is in the building. Dre, where you been, brother? Dre, happy holidays, man. JJ says, we don't think we can get that energy up. That's impossible. Almighty Finesse is in the building. B-Baller for Life was good. Man, I see y'all, man. I want to elaborate on these difficult feelings that I'm having. Because y'all remember when I said, man, regardless what happens this season, I'm fine with it either way. Well, that's at the end of the season. During the season, I can't help but get caught up in this emotional roller coaster. Right? I can't help but get caught up in this emotional roller coaster, right? I just can't. I just can't help it. When you watch your team go through the ups and downs of the and I got text messages from Knicks fans, man. This is so far. I feel like just throwing this phone in the trash and just starting all over, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes I just feel like just taking the phone. Because Knicks fans have weird feelings, man. Everything can't be a vendetta. Everything is a doggone vendetta with Knicks fans, bro. I told you about Grimes. Man, I don't care nothing about his individual performance, bro. We lost. This is the thing that's lost by Knicks fans. Like when Grimes don't do anything and we win, cats get quiet. And that also frustrates me. Why are you not celebrating that we won? I told you Grimes wasn't a ham sandwich. Really? We lost. Man, people need to get their lives together, bro. I swear. We got to get our lives together, bro. I got like 14 different text messages on my phone. Man, but you said Grimes was a ham sandwich. Bro, we lost. This is for that reason alone. For that reason alone is the reason why some of us say some of the things that we say, man. Come on. All Future Media is in the building, and I appreciate your support, man. Thank you for your generous contribution. Do y'all agree with Tibbs fouling Luka up 3 with 7 seconds instead of just playing defense to end the game? Ended up biting us in the backside. Yep. No, I don't. I don't agree with your take there. I think Tibbs did the right thing there. Right? Because what if Luka just came down and hit a 3? It's the same thing. Instead of letting him play make and do all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Instead of all that, man, that's what all coaches do. Instead of giving him a chance to win, we took the ability to win out of his hands, but the team didn't execute. Man. Tibbs did a lot. Tibbs coached a heck of a game there. Strategically, he coached a heck of a game, right? Where my misgiving is with Tibbs, is playing these dudes dog minutes. Tibbs, this is not the Alaskan outback, bro. Tibbs, this is not the Alaskan outback. You don't run your dogs for 70 miles at a time. You don't run your dogs 70 miles at a time and then let them crash and sleep overnight, Tibbs. RJ hurt, right? RJ hurt. Brunson out. So you play 7 guys? You only play 7 guys in an overtime game, Tom Thibodeau? And then you wonder why they ran out of gas? I was saying it to Greeny during the game. He should have rested him there. Right? And so Loose Change says, stop bashing Tibbs, players stink. Wait a minute. Stop bashing Tibbs, players stink. It's always blaming here. Yet you blame the players in the same statement. Stop being ridiculous. Come on. Stop bashing Tibbs, players stink. It's always blaming here. And you just said in your same comment that the players stink. Come on, man. Stop playing yourself. I just said Tibbs coached a heck of a game. I just said that. If you're paying attention, stop playing yourself. Thank you for your comment. In an overtime game, Tom Thibodeau basically played 7 players. Basically. Or 8 players, I'm sorry. Basically played 8 players because he did play Rose. Basically. Because he did play Rose. He did play Rose. Right? So he played Rose. He played... So he played McBride, Rose, Sims, Hartenstein off the bench. McBride played 40 minutes. So he basically played 8 players in an overtime game. Strategically, I think Tibbs coached an excellent game. As far as the rotations go, man, he played them dudes a lot of minutes. A lot of minutes. Yeah, and Dre says RJ was out. Yeah, he cut his hand. He did something to his hand. This thing is an emotional roller coaster. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. This game up 9 with 33 seconds left to go in the game. These cats clearly were gassed. You know. I think we have a bigger issue now too. I think we have a bigger issue to address. I don't know if anybody else in Knicks universe said this already, but I'm gonna say it right now. we have a problem guarding big wing players. The Knicks have a problem guarding big wing players. And I think we're gonna have to figure it out. I know DeMar DeRozan is only 6'6", but we had a problem guarding him, and we had a problem guarding Pascal Siakam last week, and we also had a problem with guarding Luka Doncic tonight. And I don't know if that's going to be a major problem for us going forward, but it did seem to manifest itself all of a sudden. JJ said, and Jeremy Grant. Yep, and I forgot about Jeremy Grant also. So there were a lot of positives from tonight. So we had a lot of positives from tonight, man. One of the positives that I saw was Miles McBride and Quentin Grimes were very assertive tonight. Emmanuel quickly played 51 minutes tonight. Emmanuel quickly played 51 minutes. Quickly played a what's the math? 48 plus 5, 53. So quickly played 51 out of a possible 53 minutes. That's a lot. Pierre Moise is in the building. Pierre Moise is in the building. Justin DW, thank you for the generous contribution. Justin DW says, the only thing I like is that the team best player has to be perfect to bring a win. Downside, we need a guy who can guard those big wings that give us 50. I agree. Todd Barbie is in the building. What's good? What's good, Barbie? So there were a lot of positives tonight, man. I think we fell short because we missed RJ, basically. I think if RJ Barrett does not get hurt, I think we ice this win. It goes to show without our big three, we can still be competitive. We can still be competitive. But I don't know how many dubs we can pull out without our big three, without Brunson, RJ, and Randle. So hopefully RJ Barrett is back for the game we play. Who do we have next? Let me see. So we're at San Antonio and then at Houston. So we're at San Antonio, then we're at Houston. Thank you for that. Hey, Loose Change, thank you for that. Thank you for keeping me on. Because Loose Change says, you said coach did good, then you say he lost it. What? That's what I wanted to get to. Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for getting me back on track. So my thing is strategically, I think Tibbs strategically played, coached a good game, right? In terms of the strategies and such. In terms of the offense he ran and how we got certain mismatches. We didn't get certain calls tonight. But the rotations, though, that's the one sticking point for me in terms of like what the players on the floor did. What the players on the floor did, I could see where he was going. I could follow along, like he did some fundamental coaching things. I could see that. But in terms of man, and Tibbs playing guys 51 minutes. And I'm not saying that they can't play 40 minutes or 50 minutes. I'm not saying that they can't, right? But I mean, so for one thing, let me clarify. Dallas has a Luka Doncic, and we don't. Yeah, that's one thing. And Luka Doncic got the benefit of at least 10 to 12 calls his way. At least 10 to 12 calls. The last call on that putback play on Quickly, when Quickly was just trying to stop that man from falling, they called that a foul. That's tough, man. That's tough. The Jericho Sims foul on Luka, the 3-point shot, that one could have gone either way. However they called it, if they say, for instance, if that was a foul, then my expectation would be for you to call that foul the same way throughout the game and not give, a certain player the star treatment. Because if that's the case, then you have to call out, what's number 7? Number 7's close out on Grimes. You got to call that on 7, right? Because it's the same play, a big closing out on the shooter and violating his landing space. If you're going to call that on Luka, you got to call it for Grimes. I really don't know how to feel about this game. Y'all help me out. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me put the thing in there for my man Dre. All right. First Night says Luka is a sucker. His whining, bro. We got on Randle for the game. Randle got kicked out of the game. What game was that? Randle got kicked out of the game for complaining. Was that the Sacramento game? I can't remember right offhand. These games, after a while, they start to run together. But the we complain as Knicks fans. We complain about Randle complaining to the refs, bro. What we saw tonight from Luka was, again, this is another game I wish we could just put in a recycle bin and just never look at it again. Dre, what's good? Hey, G Money.
Salute, what's shaking and baking?
And that man, how you been?
I'm doing great. You got happy holidays. Merry late Christmas. You guys okay?
Happy holidays, man. Yeah, man. I'm yo. Like mentally, I'm on it. Emotionally, I'm confused. Like I have conflicting feelings about this game, man.
Agreed. It was a Luka masterpiece out there. And how can I describe this game? I'm sorry for interrupting. How can I describe this game?
Yeah. I honestly thought that Tibbs didn't do a bad job coaching it in terms of strategy. Right. But there are times when you saw that the guys were just gassed, man.
Agreed.
Yeah, the guys were just tired.
What up, Freezy? What up, G Money?
What's up, boss?
What's going on? They were tired like Gary from SpongeBob that one episode. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm like flabbergasted to a point.
Big time.
Because like going back and forth, Freezy, he legitimately ran a 6-man rotation in the second half.
Right.
It's just wrong.
Right.
Hartenstein was out of the like after his first half where he couldn't really get rebounds. He was out of it. RJ was done from his injury immediately. Rose played a few minutes. It was legitimately running guys more minutes than they've ever played, besides Randle, of course.
Right. Agreed. Yeah. He should at least play Reddish a little bit and try out. Even though I'm not a big fan of Fournier, at least give him some because he is a decent player. At least give him some.
You use guys like Cam Reddish to buy you 2 or 3 minutes in the midst of the second half.
Right. I mentioned that at the end of the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter, where it's basically like a scrum, a rumble. You know what I'm saying? Where you're not going to get nothing. Why have Randle out there in that or Grimes? You could have played Cam Reddish for those weird transition moments where both teams are sprinting up and down the floor, throwing up threes. You know what I'm saying? Long 40-foot attempts, right?
You remember any minutes that Luka's not in the game, those are the minutes you use to buy time.
Agreed.
And they did.
Agreed. And also, why didn't they trap Luka down the stretch? I mean, Lucas, look, I know the officials were bad in this game, but personally for me, I'm not blaming the refs. Because even despite all of that, you had a 9-point lead with 26 seconds to go. All New York had to do was rebound the ball, make free throws, they win the game. But this is a Luka masterpiece. Mid-range shot, post-ups, and ones. I mean,
it's against Tim's principles to double a guy. But at some point, when you're going against a generational talent, you send a trap to get the ball up out of his hands. At least token pressure.
Okay.
Here and there to switch it up. You just don't let him see the same defense over and over while he's shooting 70% from the field.
Agreed. Quick blitz. Top of the key, quick blitz.
And like, granted, he's 6'7", he's gonna see over the defense and see the blitz. But I'd rather his players behind him, like Reggie Bullock and all these other guys, were not hitting shots. Make them beat us. Don't let Luka beat you.
Reggie Bullock was Reggie Brickock in this game. 1 of 7.
Like, we were up 9, but we should have been up 15-20, bro. Be absolutely honest with you. With how we outplayed the entire Mavs team. It's just that Luka kept them afloat and kept them with arm's reach the entire time. Because anytime they had like my bad, G Money. Anytime they had anytime they had a chance to make a timely shot, Reggie Bullock, he would miss.
Right.
Everyone else would miss a timely shot. So at that point, they're already psyched out. So why do you keep letting Luka kill you? I don't understand.
It's just wrong. And then I want to hear a G Money McNugget for you. Before this game, teams were 0 and 13,884 when leading by at least 9 points with 35 seconds or less. Think about that in the last 20 seasons. Think about that. 0 and 13,884 when at least having a 9-point advantage with 35 seconds or less in the last 20 years. Think about that. Let that sink in for a moment.
Nights like these, like I thought the last game was bad, but my God, this actually takes the cake.
The Christmas Day game, I could see Philly pulling away from us when Brunson was hurt.
My bad. I'm thinking about the Bulls game.
You're thinking
the
about
Bulls game was trash. The Bulls and Raptors were terrible losses.
Yeah. And even that Philly game, when I looked at that Philly team without Tyrese Maxey, we were at basically full strength.
Yeah.
And they were basically at full strength, except, they didn't have Maxey. Mm-hmm. And I could just look at that team and just think that they may be a player better than us.
Agreed.
But at the same time, I think we could be competitive with them.
And they were. They fought to the end. They just did not. They fought to the end, man.
Right.
I tuned into Glow Mavs support them. I was tuning in to Glow Mavs, and they were like, if you're not going to double Luka, he's going to get 50 points.
Right.
That's just what's going to happen. The last time they played the Rockets, they never doubled Luka. So what happened? He dropped 50 points. So
a 50-piece McNugget with fries and chicken wings. And
the game before that, he got doubled, and he dropped 30, but it limited his impact on the game because his surrounding cast isn't as good. They're not going to make you pay for doubling Luka as much as Luka would just destroy your entire defense by himself. So it's just like, at some point, you got to see a guy is going off, and you can't just let it happen. You have to do something. And I've seen him like send doubles with Sims against superstars before, and we just
against Kevin Durant. Every time we play Kevin Durant,
we trap him sometimes. And he trapped him. Yeah,
they would trap him or Kyrie if Kyrie was getting going. Like I remember they trapped Kyrie before.
Right.
And it's just like these guys are too good to just send one guy on a mission to try to stop him. We tried to we basically sent Grimes on a suicide mission to try to guard this man one-on-one, fighting over screens like it's gonna do something.
It's barbecue, it's jambalaya chicken for Luka.
You do not guard Luka with one person. You guard Luka with your entire team.
Agreed. And I want to throw it out there. And speaking of Luka the Don, the Slovenian stallion, he became the first player in NBA history to have at least a 60-point, 20-plus rebound, 10-dish triple-double. Think about that. 60 points, 21 boards, 10 dishes. He just hypnotized the Knicks with, think about it, 60 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists. You can make an argument. This is the best game for a Mav of all time.
Right.
But think about this. 60 piece, 21 flats, 10 fries tonight. Jeez.
At some point, you see a guy approaching 50. You're supposed to send doubles, man. I don't care who it is. You send a double when a guy is dropping 50 on you. I don't care if we're up 9. Just the threat of him being on the court. You let Reggie Bullock kill us.
Agreed. And Tim Hardaway and other guys, yeah.
Yeah, like you let I'd rather Spencer Dinwiddie drop 35 on us. Because he doubled.
Dinwiddie hit some big shots in the fourth, especially a big
three-pointer. Yeah. He had a very big three-pointer. But it's just like a lot of the mistakes we made down the stretch is because we were tired. Like the trap that they got on Grimes. Granted, Grimes isn't very good at handling pressure because remember he had the turnover before in that situation. But that was due to tired legs. I think a lot of our free throw misses are tired legs.
A little bit of that, some rimmed out. Yeah.
And at some point, as like a manager, basically when you're a coach, you're micromanaging every single aspect of the game. And Tibbs micromanages so much except for minutes. It's crazy. He manages minutes in a particular way. Like you're out of the rotation in that way. He doesn't manage minutes as I'm gonna buy some time for him to get a blow on a bench. That whole span from the end of the third quarter to beginning of the fourth Did Luka play the whole fourth?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think so.
He played the whole second half, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, pretty sure he did.
You got to buy a minute or two. I've seen multiple. Like I'm watching. Matter of fact, here's an example. I'm watching the Kings play tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they put in De'Aaron Fox at the 12-minute mark of the fourth quarter. They pulled him out at the 6-minute mark just to give him a minute or two,
Mm-hmm.
so he can come back out with more pep in his step to close the game out.
Give him breathing though, so you have some energize. Yeah,
he just runs guys and runs them and doesn't want to pivot. Like it's absolutely absurd.
So you think it's the end of this 9-man rotation?
I don't think it's the end of it. No.
I don't think so.
Nah. I don't believe so.
Unless another injury happens, I don't think so.
Well, we're going against teams that are going to be very high in the lottery. So Tibbs will probably feel more comfortable throwing Cam in there or something like that. Okay. But like a game like tonight when we're going against one of those types of guys that can win a game at any point, Tibbs is not going to deviate from what he feels comfortable with. But tonight, I'm not gonna place blame on Tibbs because he coached his ass off the first 47 minutes and 30 seconds.
Agreed, he did.
I think
as far as X's and O's,
strategically, I think he did okay.
That's true.
But I mean, but minutes rotation, I guess, has to count as strategy as well.
Yeah,
he dropped the ball there.
Agreed. I mean,
you don't
think about Grimes.
It's like every generational talent we've ever seen has faced doubles after doubles when they get hot and get going. Mm-hmm. And then we just watch like guys like Pascal Siakam go against single man coverage when he has the physical advantage every time. And it's just like, what is the adjustment? You don't just let one guy kill you, you double him. Like that's what every coach does. Maybe they don't double him the entire game, but they send a different look.
Right, right. Especially at the top of the key or at the foul line or at the wing, you gotta get the quick.
What's the different look, G Money? What's the different look that y'all suggest?
If I were New York, I will. All right, let's say next game. Let's say Keldon Johnson gets hot from 3 or something, or gets hot early. Quick traps, body him, especially at the top of the key. Double trap him early. And they're guys like Trey Jones or McDermott or Jakob to beat you. You can't allow some of these guys to play one-on-one and just yo-yo you like that. Quick traps, blitz, especially at the top of the key at the wing.
We literally let him come down and orchestrate the offense every single time down for like 70 straight possessions.
Yeah, Dre. You know what I was gonna say to you, bro. When you have a ball dominant playmaker like that, what hardcore defensive coaches do is make them work from the second that they touch it to the time that they pass it. Right. And what I mean is make him. You got to turn them a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Make them work with the ball handling duties and wear them out. See, because when we got to overtime, it seemed like he still had some juice left, and we didn't.
It's true, he did. He even hit a shot with Randle on his face, fade away, a baseline shot. Yeah.
And Lord knows you can't touch him. If you touch him, they're gonna blow the whistle.
Mm-hmm.
My God, his complaining is nauseating.
Yeah. I lost a level of respect for Luka today. Now, not for his game, because I think he's elite top 3 player in the NBA, right?
You can argue, you can argue.
Right.
My bad, Freezy, but like it's
such his attitude. You don't respect his attitude, right?
It sets a precedent because like a lot of kids look up to Luka and they think complaining about everything is just going to be the norm, and whining and complaining. And like, if you've ever seen guys at AAU games, like they almost take the mannerisms of the complaining superstar at this point. Like
Right.
everything is just given
Right.
to them and it's supposed to go their way.
Right.
It's just
He
it's
whines.
just
He whines
nauseating,
like
bro.
Dell from Rugrats. He whines like Dell from Rugrats. Every little thing he complains, whines, cries. Like, geez, you don't need to do that if you look at the Don. Play through it sometimes. You don't need to do that.
Right. Hey, I got Chris backstage. Hey, Chris, how you doing, man?
Still, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah, man. Chris,
You
can you
muted.
hear us?
Muted.
Okay, Chris got something going on. All right. So, my deal with Luka, man, is Luka is definitely a generational talent.
Facts.
And tonight, Julius Randle and Mitch and Grimes played probably their best combined game of the season.
Agreed.
Right. I'm talking about where Grimes was balling, Mitch was balling, and Randle balling
Mhm.
all at the same time. Usually you don't see that.
Big time. Yep.
Usually you don't see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they did that tonight, and we still didn't have enough firepower.
Well,
Yeah, man.
Quickly and Grimes, Quickly and Deuce
And-
McBride, our point guards that played tonight,
Right.
were 9 for 35 from the field, 2 for 19 from 3.
Yikes.
Right.
And we still had a 9-point lead.
True.
And we still had a 9-point. The lead at one point was 11, right?
12 in the fourth quarter.
12 in the fourth quarter. I remember talking to Greeny at the 4.5 minute mark when we were up by 8. I was like, yo, if we get it under 4 in a 3-possession game, we have this game won.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we came down and may have hit a 3 or something. Can't remember. But yeah, man.
Oh yeah, one thing I wanna give grievance to Tibbs. When they put in JaVale McGee on that free throw, why didn't we put in one of our bigs?
That's a good
Instead
point.
of having a tiny guard out there trying to fight for a rebound when we know everyone on the planet knows that Luka's gonna try to miss to get a rebound. We didn't have our bigs in the game.
You gotta put maybe like Sims in there.
You talking about
Sims should have been in there.
where Luka got the rebound?
Yeah. Dallas was down too.
Because
when
if he had an actual big out there, he would have basically at that point Deuce and Grimes jumped for the ball at the same time, and they knocked the ball out of each other's hands, and it fell to Luka. An actual big like Sims would tower over whatever little guard is coming in for the rebound. It wouldn't have been a fumble. He would have just grabbed it outright.
grab it, and who knows what could have happened? Maybe he makes the free throws, we win. Yeah.
Either way, if he gets fouled, you'd have to go full court in 2 seconds.
True.
Even if he misses.
True. A lot of stuff could have happened. Who knows? Yeah.
So going full court in 2 seconds as opposed to Luka catching it at the free throw line and throwing it, flipping it in.
I think what Tibbs is thinking there is if we get
switching.
the rebound. No, if we get the rebound, I gotta have free throw shooters. I think that's what he was thinking.
The possession matters more than the points. At that
I
point.
know. I feel you. I feel you on it.
Salute, Jovic. Salute.
As soon as JaVale McGee came in the game, you should have put in another big.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah, man. This game was very frustrating, man. Hey, so I apologize to everybody tonight for coming on a little bit later. I went over and caught some of that GLO Mavs with my main man Rel and King Kai, and I think they had a guest on with them tonight. So I went over and checked out some of that, and then I also for the Patreons and for the members of the channel, we put the game recap out there for y'all. So y'all should see that in y'all bucket or whatever. So if you're a member of the channel, you know what I'm saying, just the normal after game thing. Go check out that video that was made just for y'all. Also, 50 people in the building or 49 people in the building. It's like 19 likes, man. Smash the like button. Support
Come
your
on,
boys.
crush those likes, smash them. From a man,
Yeah, man.
smash those likes. Come on, it's free. All you had to do, just click, boom, subscribe.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I'm looking
So
at the box score. My bad, but
Good.
these are literally minutes that more minutes than these guys have ever played in their entire lives of organized basketball ever.
Mm-hmm.
right.
This is borderline inhumane. Like
Right.
Just flat out wrong and disrespectful to Tibbs.
this is borderline inhumane terrorist activity by Tibbs, man. Like, what are you
Right.
doing, bro?
Right.
You buy a guy some minutes, man. Like,
Like, give them oxygen. Give
they're
them
not machines, bro. They're not
Yeah,
machines.
they're
They are
not
human
machines,
beings.
They're
man.
not God, man. God, they're not God. Like, jeez, man.
It has less to do with that, Pudge. Shook. I mean, Tibbs is trying to win, but to what end, bro? You can win by like staggering minutes, even for a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I felt as if the I felt as if Tibbs felt like he had the game in the bag,
Mm-hmm.
and he was coaching the traditional way to preserve victory, not thinking that he didn't have his normal lineups out there.
Right. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I know that seems weird, right? Like everybody's professional and everybody is supposed to do a certain thing, but that's really not how this works, man. Miles McBride is not RJ Barrett.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? And Emmanuel quickly, though he dished up what 15 assists,
I
he
think
is
15
he is
dishes.
not he's not Jalen Brunson.
Big time facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things. I feel like maybe we drop the ball here. It's gonna come back and bite us. I tell you what, though, we've lost 4 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal. However, if we lose this game to the Spurs, those same people 3 weeks ago that was calling for Tibbs' job, they'll be
They're
back.
gonna be right back.
Fast. Not even just that. We lose also to the
Ironically,
Rockets. We
Freezy,
also lose to the Rockets too. Like, what the hell?
Freezy, it's after the losing to the Mavericks in incredible fashion again.
Right.
Worst case
So
scenario,
we're
they
gonna
get
win 8 in a
West
row,
versus
right?
terrible.
Is that what's gonna happen? We're gonna win 8 in a row again.
Who knows?
And it's also the Rockets. They shouldn't even lose to the Rockets neither, man.
I mean, they're not tanking, but they're a very young team, so they don't really necessarily know how to win consistently
true.
maybe yet. So same for the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have tons of defensive breakdowns and stuff like that, but they're not short on talent. It's just their talent is still being broken in by
I get it. Right.
by Pop.
Right. In your opinion, do you think this is the worst choke job you've seen by a team in the regular season? In your opinion?
Yes.
What do you think, Dre? The worst mind-blowing loss you've seen by a team this
Statistically, it is the worst. It is the worst. So I can't even argue against it. I really can't argue against it. It is the worst. I remember in high school, I saw the T-Mac game on TNT where he scored however many points.
11 points in under a minute. 11 points in it.
It was 13 points in 35 seconds or something.
Oh, my fault. 13 points, 35 seconds. Yeah, including a 4-point play on Duncan. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this, man. This game, I think this game, the Chicago game, the Raptors game, they all have us in this mindset where we are fishing. We are fishing for answers that we don't even know the questions to. right? Like we legit out here like, yo, Luka did this and Luka did that. And hey, you know what, man? If we had a big body wing on the floor to defend Luka, not to stop him from scoring 60, but maybe to hold him to 45, we walk out of here with a W. Right? And
Right.
the Raptors game, was Siakam was being guarded by Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
If we had a big body wing player, you know what I'm saying, we could have held him to 38 and walked out of there with a W.
Big time facts.
You know what I'm saying? So the Philadelphia game, listen, man, the Philadelphia game,
There's just too much talent. So
and nobody can deny Mitchell Robinson's initial defense on Joel Embiid.
He was locking him up in the first half.
He was locking, and then the referee started blowing the whistle.
Yeah.
Towards the second half of the second quarter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so, you know, it's one of them things, man. Is one of them things where it's like, you know, what can you do if you're Tibbs? If you're Tibbs, you can't run Cam out there to guard Embiid. You can't run Cam out there to guard Siakam. But Luka,
just throw a body at him.
Yes, man. Come on.
If you're not gonna throw a big body at him, double him with multiple small guards. Then just get him out, the ball him out there, get it. Get the ball out of his hands.
What we could have done, and I know I'm second guessing Tibbs after I said that he strategically, you know what I'm saying. Hold on, y'all.
You did.
I
would have like this whole like thing with Tibbs where he doesn't want to double team guys. Bro, we saw RJ Barrett get double teamed. And
Agreed.
He's not at the level of Siakam or Luka Doncic. And RJ Barrett got hot. And you know what they did? They double teamed RJ Barrett because RJ Barrett would have scored more points, and then it would have been impossible for the Bulls to win.
Yeah. And speaking of RJ, one more thing, man. He has a right index finger laceration. It takes around like 2 weeks to a month to heal.
Wow.
That's an assumption. I saw it's a cut on his finger. Knowing RJ, he'll wrap it up and put like one of those splints on his hand and tough it out. Like he's one of those kind of guys. It's not like his finger is split in half to the white meat. Like I actually saw on the Mavs telecast, they showed the cut on his hand. You can see where he got cut. It was like a slash down his ring finger.
Right.
Yeah.
And knowing RJ, he's gonna wrap it up with like some sort of bandage. You know how like Kobe used to play with like all these wrappings on his fingers.
Yeah.
Knowing RJ, he's gonna and it's not his shooting hand. It's his offhand. By the way,
which is a good thing. So it's possible though. It's just how
like,
you're gonna grab.
To actually heal all the way up, sure, but the way RJ plays for us, how often do we see him utilize his right hand besides like a layup here and there?
Not much. Yeah.
So.
Just very minuscule.
Like, I mean, it matters. You do need to handle the ball with your right hand, but because it's a fresh cut and it's still bleeding and it's a large cut, you can't really do anything about it until it stops bleeding. So,
yeah, I Trey, I don't know, bro. I think he's gone.
You think he's gone? I'm gonna show you.
Gone.
I'm gonna show you the laceration, Freezy.
No. I saw it.
Oh,
you just gonna miss some time free?
Yeah, I saw it. I think he's gonna miss time, bro. I think we may not see him until Phoenix. I mean, that's only 2 games, but
okay, yeah, 2 games. Okay, because when he said 2 months, I'm like, I don't know about that.
I ain't talking about that.
2 weeks to a month.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about. I ain't talking about he gone like that. I'm saying, I think we'll. Now, I'm not a doctor, right? And I don't know how, based on what I saw in the telecast, I
posted it in the chat, G Money, if you want to look at it, the private chat.
Okay, let me see.
All right.
It doesn't look crazy to me personally. It just looks like a really bad gash, but it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it doesn't look absurd to me. But because when it's something like that on your hands, it's gonna be impossible to stop bleeding for like hours because the way he
Yeah.
plays, your hand is constantly touching the basketball. So it's
Right.
like he'll bleed through a bandage at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. And so what I'm thinking is if RJ is out and Brunson is day to day still, right? Because I ain't gonna lie, when I saw Brunson, I thought Brunson was a goner. You remember the Christmas Day game where
oh yeah,
Brunson
yeah.
was trying to walk the hip?
He
Oh
looked
yeah,
gingery. He looked
Oh,
skimpy. It looked
he,
like
he
yeah,
was he
yeah,
was he was he was walking like current day Doc Rivers. That's how he was
yeah.
walking.
He was walking like Steve Urkel from Family Matters a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
man. So I don't really want to speculate, man, and I don't want to be like the bad news train, man, but you got to get some reinforcements in here, bro.
mm-hmm.
You need
Even
bodies, man.
yeah, even if those enforcements are named Fournier and Reddish.
And like
You gotta
Freezy
try something.
at
You gotta
at
try
this
something.
point, like 40 minutes in this particular game may not mean as much because when Luka plays at the slowest pace in the league. But when we're going against the Spurs and the Rockets and you getting up and down, these guys cannot play 40 minutes a night, bro.
No,
They will fall out on the court. They were already
right,
gassed tonight, and the Mavs already play us like a really slow pace.
right, right.
So like you going against these young teams that want to get up and down the court with like 10, 11 man rotations full of young guys that want to get up and down the court, and we trying to
Right.
run a 7-man. It like unless we blow these dudes out early, there's no way you can play these guys 38 plus
I don't
minutes.
see anybody on the Spurs and Rockets that can guard Randall.
Agreed. Randall's gonna feast. Randall's gonna eat.
Oh yeah,
I don't see the Phoenix Suns with anybody that can guard Randall.
Right.
I just don't. This next stretch of games, bro. I think this is the stretch that's going to get Randall to the All-Star game.
Right.
But who freaking cares? I don't care nothing about no Randall making an All-Star team. What I care about is the Knicks winning.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
I think the
That's
Knicks are one of like 5 teams that are top 10 in offensive and defensive rating, but we're the only one that's like one game over 500. Just one game
Crazy.
over 500.
If you look at if you look at the standings, we're only a half game. We're only, I think, a half game from dropping to 9 in the East. Like we gotta be careful, man. We gotta.
I'm not necessarily worried about that because teams are gonna fall out. Like I have no faith in the Wizards.
So
and
we
the
have
Bulls,
Spurs
so,
2 times. We have the Spurs 2 times in the next 4 games. Right?
and the
Yeah.
Rockets.
We have the Pacers, Wizards, Pistons, Raptors again. So we have Raptors 2 times in the next 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the Bucks and the Pistons. So I think we'll be okay just by looking at the schedule.
Right.
I don't see a team that can overwhelm us, maybe except Milwaukee at the
Mhm.
Garden.
Right.
But as I look at the schedule, all the way through
Suns have
January,
injuries, by the way. So Suns are
yeah,
injured, very injured right now.
Yeah.
Campaign is out. Devin Booker's out. Landry Shamet's out.
But at
Cole
the same
Johnson's
time,
out.
they did just wall up the Grizzlies fully healthy. So who knows
True.
how that game can turn out?
Very true.
yeah,
But it's something to be said for interconference stuff. Like out in the West, like teams are getting knocked off left and right with depleted
Agreed.
rosters. So it's hit or miss.
right.
It's yeah. But knowing RJ and Brunson, they're probably gonna be back the next game. To be absolutely honest with you,
Yeah, I hope not, bro.
I
I
hope
think
not.
that would be. Ideally, RJ sits these 2 or 3 games, gets fully healthy.
Possibly.
right?
Yeah, man, because it's not the 90s anymore. Like guys are not playing 82 games straight.
Agreed. Many
40
Many
minutes.
players are injury
Night.
prone. RJ's durable, but many players today are injury prone.
I mean, it's a different game. Like the pacing is just so much higher,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah.
athletes are different. Like
Right.
it does way more to the body now than back then.
Right.
Granted, the game was physical, but the pace was a lot slower,
Right.
and you weren't like the 6'8" guy that's playing small forward now, that's doing all these things, was more of a plotting power forward that put on
Right.
an extra 40 pounds of muscle. Like
Right.
the toll on the body is a lot different now in today's game, which is why wings
Yeah.
get hurt way more.
Yeah. 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 And then plus two, when you consider, I saw this thing when LeBron was in Cleveland, when the NBA in the 80s, I think those guys used to run a certain number of miles. Then now, I'm talking about during the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now that they have the body tracker on you, like they can track players' distance, they're like, man, these guys run twice the distance in a game
Mm-hmm.
than those guys did back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're
It's just-
saying.
yeah, and so hydration and sleep and all that stuff is key.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But
it's a different level of intense now. My bad, Fizzy.
how do you guys feel about Daquan Jeffries?
Actually getting minutes, I would love if he got called up for the G League and gave us
At
spot
least
minutes.
at least try him
Like-
out a little bit. See what he does. Yeah.
Okay.
Like he just him giving 4 minutes in each half would be enough.
Right. Well, Trevor Keels is hurt.
Yeah.
Tibbs would
So-
never play that man anyway.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, he's not gonna play a 19-year-old. I already know that off rip.
Mm-hmm.
Tibbs is not gonna play a 19-year-old dude.
Oh, my God.
Even with RJ, when he got here, RJ was what, 20?
Around that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, RJ's rookie year was 19 and then 20 after that. 21, 22 now.
Yeah. So. Yeah, man.
What do you see in this road trip? What's your guess on this road trip? What's your
Baron
guess?
Hunt got cut, by the way, baller. He's no longer in the Knicks organization.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was actually waived and then traded by the G League team.
Crazy.
So he was
Get
put on
traded in
waivers.
the G League.
He's gonna be hunting for a new. He's gonna be hunting for a new team, huh? No pun intended.
A new G League team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was traded by Westchester to somebody else for a play I never even heard of. So
Like,
I saw that. I was like, man, because my contention with Farron Hunt is I thought he actually looked good in summer league.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole thing is when the Knicks were winning, I saw Farron Hunt pouting, and I was like, oh yeah, he want to play, and the Knicks won't let him play. He out of here. He out of
hey,
here. I know.
Freezy,
You know.
Freezy, my bad, Freezy, but I just saw a clip on Twitter, like Jamal Crawford on NBA TV. Like he was basically saying what I was saying. He said, I was shocked not to see a double team, not a different look. Luka made the right plays and did what they tried to when they did try to double a little bit, but he was basically playing one-on-one. This is what happens when you let generational talent play one-on-one the whole game. You get 60 points.
And here's what's crazy. Luka dropped a 60-piece extravaganza and he only nailed 2 threes. There's only 2 of 6 from the great beyond. So it's not like he was bombing. He didn't even go bombs away.
He shot 68% from the field on mostly looks in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
From the game that I saw, okay, so I didn't see the 2K game that I think y'all referencing, right? I saw the referees.
Oh, refs.
Yeah, refs will play a factor too. It gives them
to bail him out.
That's true.
Itching to bail him out.
They were itching to bail him out, but he still took 31 shots from the field. And like, you're not supposed. Yeah, like they're in no reality. When a guy's going off, you do not even let him get 31 shots up at the rim. Like 31 shots is a crazy amount of shots.
Dre, that shot that he threw up at the rim and everybody continued to play. We grabbed the rebound and started the break, and the referee blew the whistle.
Oh
That
yeah,
told you right then. That let you know right then that the ref. That's the play that Lee said something. I forget what Lee said, but it's basically something along the lines of, something. You know what
rigging,
I'm saying? Huh?
rigging.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. I
The
mean,
refs are calling it like it was 2 refs out there instead of 3.
yeah, man. Luka threw up that shot, threw up his hands. The Knicks grabbed the rebound, start down the floor, they blow the whistle.
Mm.
Come on, man.
I mean, I don't want to compare it one for one, but remember when Kobe dropped 60 on the Knicks?
Yeah,
He took like 20 something free throws, and a
yeah.
ton of them
It was
were
61 extravaganza, yeah.
he had like 20 free throws, and a lot of them were ticky tack.
Come
It's
on, bro. I remember the Jordan era. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the 96, 96, 7 era. I'm talking about the 85, 86, 87 Michael Jordan era. When they put the battery in Michael Jordan back. Right?
Mhm.
You couldn't touch him. You couldn't touch,
Mhm.
and that's what Luka did tonight. That's what a lot of people say, man, Jordan is the GOAT. What? Okay. For some people, Michael Jordan did a lot of incredible stuff. But the difference between Jordan and George Gervin and Dr. J is Michael Jordan was super marketable, right?
Sure.
And,
Mhm.
and so and so these guys like Luka, man, I honestly don't. I think tonight Luka fundamentally picked us apart.
Which he did.
Mhm.
Right now,
Mhm.
he didn't knock down 13 threes. He didn't go all Steph Curry.
Mhm.
Right,
Mhm.
he didn't go scorched earth. Right,
Mhm.
he didn't go all Michael Jordan, just dunking on everybody in a different color jersey.
Right.
Right, a lot of
Right.
times he just got the benefit of the whistle. And I'm not saying, I'm not knocking his talent. I'm talking about last night's game. That's it. I'm not talking about for his career, because I think he's a great player. I think he's top 3 in the NBA. But I'm talking about
Mhm.
last night's game. This dude got the benefit of the whistle.
Which he did. The
It,
words
it, it,
from
it was apparent.
right.
And then when we watch our star, our guy, Julius Randle, not get the whistle and watch him complain, we're like, man, Randle just need to shut up and play basketball. And I honestly don't know how fair that is, bro.
For a guy that plays the game as physical as Randall does, and it is he like not good at baiting foul calls or something? Because he has like this one move where he dribbles into the defender and like he does like this little pull up off the dribble and he
Yeah,
draws the
yeah,
foul
yeah,
call. That's about
yeah,
it as far as
yeah.
deceiving the referees, and that is a foul. But it's like, is he
Mhm.
like not good at
Selling
drawing
it.
fouls? Yeah. Yeah,
Did you
maybe,
did
maybe
the
it's
the, the
those.
one with the rip through they called on Randall where he got the rebound and he ripped through
Yeah,
and the White Powell act like Mike Tyson punched him?
Mhm.
yeah.
Come on, bro. When I saw one angle looked close like Randall hit him, and then they showed the other angle where Randall missed him by like a foot. And it's all about point of view. You know what I'm saying? It's about where you are when you see it,
Mhm.
right? And so Dwight Powell sold it, and he got the foul call, right?
Mhm.
But what point? At what point is the NBA going to stop rewarding floppers? You remember the play where you remember the play where Randall grabbed the rebound, did the same thing to Luka, and Luka fell back on the floor like he was punched,
Mhm.
right? And then they showed the replay, and Randall missed Luka by this much,
Yeah.
and Luka stayed back to argue the call, and the referee's like, "Yeah, I missed it, man, my bad."
Mhm.
How did you miss that? That's not a foul. Man, I'm disgusted, bro. I hate to use the whole if you can't beat them, join them thing. Like tell Knicks players to start flopping around like fish out of water.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you got to at this point in this era of
But
the NBA.
yeah, this era of the NBA is disgusting, bro.
Bad officials just been a joke. Officials have just been a joke to this point.
But but
Just
but at some at a certain point, even if we do sell it, do we even think we're gonna get the call? Even if we just end up looking silly without the call, just on the floor
that's true.
flopping.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because we you can see like Randall get brutalized in the paint,
Right.
and they don't call it.
Right.
So
Right.
let alone actually flopping to exacerbate
Right.
contact.
Right.
I don't know if you'd even get the call
Let me
anyway.
on another note though. I wanted to talk to y'all about Mitchell Robinson's post game.
Oh
What do
yeah.
you say?
Were you not entertained?
Oh, I was entertained. Man, he put
It,
the match in the weight room early. Big guns,
it,
flex.
his post game is very rudimentary but effective when he goes against someone
Effective.
smaller than him.
He
But
was
it
big.
does exist.
He does.
Yes.
If he just use him more, it'd be beasting like this.
It's
Yeah.
not clumsy and uncoordinated. It's point A to point B. That's what his post game is.
Hmm.
Man, it exists. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, and chat, listen. When they went to Mitchell Robinson's post game, first play of the game,
He
I
was like,
was impressed.
whoa.
Same here, man.
Like, whoa, what did we just see?
This was, and like
Chat, did y'all not
it's,
like Mitchell Robinson's post game?
Aren't you
it
not
was
entertained? It was juicy. Whoo!
it was like it's like he put on the muscle, but he didn't know how to use the muscle. And this year
Hmm.
he's like learning how to use that functional strength on both ends.
Yeah, man.
It's coming along. It's not consistent. It almost reminds me of when Gobert. There was like around the third or fourth year in Gobert's development where he was a string bean, but he put on weight, and then you could see him physically impose himself on a game to game basis.
Hmm.
So like he's almost starting to like build up steam and confidence in his like physical ability. It's good to see. And
Right.
I think he was more assertive because he was actually making his free throws.
Mhm.
Like recently, he's been hitting his free throws at like a more consistent rate,
Right.
and that goes into a lot of guys being more aggressive on offense. Because if you're afraid of getting fouled, you're not gonna be like, "Give me the ball, I'm gonna go in the paint." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I feel like a lot of that aggressiveness came from him hitting his free throws lately.
Yeah.
Right.
I think everything is right with his free throws, except the pull the trigger part.
Right. And, right.
Yeah,
I need some more art
you
in there.
notice, right? That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Right.
What I would do if I'm Mitch is slow down my wrist, right?
He
Because
has
Mitch is
no arc. He has no arc.
yeah,
He's like
yeah,
almost
Flat.
pushing it
Flatter
down
than a
into the
dominant
rim.
spacer. Yeah.
He's like
right,
pushing it down into the rim because he's 7'1". So he's that tall where he puts it up and is damn near about to go downwards into the rim.
right. Yeah, but the thing about it is everything is online. You notice his free throws are never offline.
Yeah, they're short or long. That's it.
Yes, they're short. They're short or long. A lot of times they're short, like laser beams at the rim,
Yeah.
right?
Very short. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you notice, there's no wasted motion,
Hmm.
and you know what I'm saying, which gives
Hmm.
No
me
hitch.
and
No hitch.
yeah, right.
Because he used
There's
to have a
no
terrible
hit.
hitch.
Yo,
Yeah.
you know who's the worst looking free throw shooter that I've ever seen or I've seen in a while?
Cool.
Ooh.
The Plumlee cat from Charlotte.
Oh man, his free throw
Um,
shit looks like his arm got shot off.
it's ugly, but I'm gonna tell you this: it was way worse before.
I know.
You ever heard of
I know.
Case?
I watch. I'm a Duke basketball fan. I know this. You
You
know,
heard
I
about
saw him
Case?
at Duke. You know,
He switched his left hand, and now it's like he's shooting from his shoulder now. Like
Fast.
he's
Yeah, it
hitting
was
it to his
Chuck Case. He
shoulder.
just did the upper chuck, and he like yeah, it was Chuck A's. He's like, you know,
Oh, Freezy.
which one at me? He was like
Here's
this. Chuck A's like this, and then
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
Freezy. Here's a guy to look out for on the Spurs. Jeremy Sohan shoots free throws with one hand.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
He
saw
just,
that.
but it's not an ugly release. It's almost like he's shooting it like the drill, where you have a drill for how do you manage how you shoot with one hand before you
Right.
put your offhand on the ball. He
Right.
shoots his free throws like the one-handed drill.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
not
you know what
horrendous,
though?
but it works for him.
Eventually, he's gonna have to get that other hand
The guy
back
hand.
on the ball, and the reason why is because of gravity. Like when you have one hand up, right? Like when you have your hand up to guide, when you shoot it and the other hand comes down, when your hand comes down, it tends to tug you to the side like this. So it tugs you offline.
Yeah, the
Right?
consistency isn't there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're shooting here and this hand is coming off, gravity is pulling that arm down, so it's gonna you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's these little
so your
things.
shot can go left or right, just off of
Yeah.
it slipping off.
Yeah, and
by
it's the thing.
millimeter.
It's the thing with RJ. It's the thing with RJ Barrett. Like his RJ Barrett's shot base is perfect, right?
Oh yeah.
But
one
when
leg right in front of the other,
right,
squared up.
right.
It's just the
The
top
thing
part
that
of
messes
the rim.
the thing that messes RJ up is the top of his shot, right? The thing that messes Randle up is his feet move in his shot. Randle, why are you moving your feet in your? Why do your feet have to switch places?
Crazy.
Right? Like watch Randall's feet in his shot
Mhm.
when he launches, his feet switch places. Why?
And that speaks to like why he's not necessarily a catch and shoot guy.
Right.
Every time he gets the ball, he wants to take a dribble so he can screw up his footwork more.
A multi-dribble baseline jump shot. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing, like I'm not a shot doctor, right? I'm not a shot doctor, right? But what I will say is the things in your shot that makes you a great shooter is consistency. So say for instance, Reggie Miller has the ugliest up top release you've ever seen. When you watch Reggie Miller, when on Reggie Miller's release, his wrists cross at the top.
Right.
But Reggie, you saw Reggie Miller's release is like this, kind of at the top of his release, right? Right. Well, y'all go watch Reggie Miller. You don't have to believe me, right? Go watch.
Yeah, I know.
Go watch.
I know.
And so, but the thing is, and his shot base is off.
Yeah.
Like he does the 1-2 shot, left, right shot release, right?
Yeah.
But it's slow. So he's got like a slow launch and then a quick release up top with his hands crossed. So when you watch the great 3-point shooters of all time, you're like, yo, do not watch Reggie Miller at all. Right? If you want to watch, and also another guy you don't want to watch as a 3-point shooter, Larry Bird. Because Larry Bird shoots the trebuchet. Y'all know the trebuchet, like the old mid-century movies where they have the big thing that flings the big object at the cannon at the castle. You know what I'm saying? Larry Bird gets that shot here behind his head and shoots that thing up top like this. And you're like, what is that?
He flicks it from the top of the wrist over his head, like he just.
Now
like
you can't block it. Now at 6'9", and you can't block it because it's a smooth, quick release, right? You can't block it, but you also can't replicate it. You know what I'm saying?
Like training coaches tell you to make sure the ball is in front of your face when you're shooting it, but he's shooting it over the top of his head. So like,
I want to ask you. I know, and speaking of shooting forms, I know Steph Curry is a great 3-point shooter. Do you think Steph Curry has good form, in your opinion?
Personally, I think Klay Thompson has the better shooting form.
I was gonna say up top, his shooting mechanics is the same. It's just down bottom it changes because he can shoot from many different platforms. He just has like a different level of hand-eye coordination, so you can't even really compare him to
But that's
other people.
years in the gym. That's years and years in the gym. That starting to shoot a certain way since you're like 10 years old. Because when you're 9 and under, you got to shoot the granny shot because you're not strong enough yet. You know
But
what I'm saying?
even then, Freezy, before he got drafted, his father broke his whole shot down completely.
Yeah.
Right.
The summer before he got drafted, he tore his whole shot down. So it is what it is.
And now Del Curry,
yeah.
Del Curry probably had one of the most beautiful shots that you've ever seen. Yep. Klay Thompson like. His shot was Klay Thompson like. If he got his 2 feet set, he didn't need to get into the 1-2, the 1-2 left right, get off the ground and raise, and you know what I'm saying? Because jump shooters back then, and this is where
Freezy stay want to know what happened.
Yeah. Hey man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost, bro. I'm lost. I honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I don't know. I don't know what this team just does not know how to finish. And it has nothing to do with Jalen Brunson being here or Jalen Brunson being out, because Jalen Brunson was here for that Chicago game that we lost.
And Toronto and Philly, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's I hate to say it. Roster construction and minute allocation. That's what it is.
Right.
Because our X's and O's work, but the players we have out there.
3 questions.
Yeah, the players we have out there don't necessarily work when you're going against generational talents. So
right.
That was the one thing. That's the one thing I was going to say to you guys. It's as simple as this. They have talent, and when I say they have talent, and I don't mean regular talent. Every NBA team has regular talent.
Mm-hmm.
They have generational talent, and we don't.
Agreed.
It's like I was listening to GLO Mavs, and the guy they had there was like, Luka's not like a superstar. He's a superstar and a half. Like he's 1.5 superstar. He's not just one guy out there. He's just an army. And Tibbs didn't do Grimes. Eddie Favors, man, putting that man on an island to get cooked for 60 like that.
Is that all Tibbs' fault though?
No, it's not all Grimes' fault. You cannot guard Luka with one man. You
players.
cannot guard Luka with one person. That's impossible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's what Tibbs is asking to do.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to G Money.
Mm-hmm.
If we had Trae Young, we win this game by 17, 20.
You can make a case, yeah.
Because we did everything we were supposed to do tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We did everything that we were supposed to do. The thing that we didn't do correctly is knock down shots when we were supposed to. We gave Dallas too many second chances. And I don't mean on the boards. I mean, look how many shots think about how many shots Quickly and McBride took, and if Trae Young takes that same amount of shots, where are we?
We more than likely would have won this game. More than likely would have won this game with our blindfold on, yeah. Because Trae Young's exceptional. I know Trae can be a little bit streaky from 3, but when he's on, Ice Chick can really lit up, diffuse him downtown when he's on.
And Quickly was 1 for 10 from 3 tonight.
Right. Yikes. And McBride was 1 for 9 from the great beyond.
Right. And so if you give Trae Young 19 shots with a team that can play, see this team right now, the Atlanta Hawks can't play. They jumbled. They got to blow that thing up, right, and start all over because the roster is talented. They have a talented roster.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Griffin is a steal.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all believe we passed on AJ Griffin?
Jeez. AJ Griffin, man, if could finish at the rim. I'm gonna say
this much though, Freezy. Tibbs would have tried to make AJ Griffin guard Luka, and we would all know what that would have.
Well, what about would AJ Griffin have gone 1 for 19 from 3?
I mean, but we're putting it in the premise of him being a off guard. So like he would be
So stay.
in the same minutes that Grimes would be in instead. Like,
I think they play together.
okay.
Yeah, I think Grimes and Griffin together, bruh. Grimes, Griffin, and Randle together on the floor. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but here lately, Randle has been a really decent 3-point shooter.
He has, yeah.
And I'm talking about decent. Now, no, I didn't call him Larry Bird.
But average, you say average, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. For the month of December, my man is shooting 34% from 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought he was better than that, but he got cold. What's up, State? Don't blame us. Blame your front office.
Blame the players.
All right. You answered the first question.
Well, I mean, you exacerbated about Uncle Freezy being in the middle of the night, man, complaining about everything, man.
Nah,
the front office don't have a 6'8" defender to defend Siakam, to defend DeRozan, and to defend Luka.
This is what I call karma. This is what I call the higher power and the NBA gods being pissed off with the Knicks. When you give Grimes a starting job he didn't deserve, and you win 8 games straight, and each team you played had an injury or had a star player who did not play, and you exhaust every little bit what you got left for that 8-game winning streak, this team has nothing left to give for the rest of the season.
Right.
We are going straight to the lottery. And the reason why we're going straight to the lottery is because of Leon Rose. Let me explain. We're literally watching $100 million rot on the bench and not contribute to anything to the New York Knicks tonight.
True.
Derrick Rose is a corpse. Evan Fournier has been benched. Cam Reddish has been benched. Each game those two play, the less value they have. So things are getting worse in my eyes. Then on top of the fact, during that 8-game winning streak, I think the low-key thing that a lot of people was not looking at was how many minutes these players was playing during that 8-game winning streak.
Right.
And I looked at the minutes. I watched Grimes and RJ play 40 minutes multiple times. I watched Julius Randle play 40 minutes multiple times. I predicted that the Knicks will break down by mid-January. They are literally breaking down before our eyes. That is on Leon Rose. That is not on Tom Thibodeau. Because Leon Rose is the guy who's supposed to make moves. He is the guy that should have traded Cam Reddish and Evan Fournier 2 weeks prior to this. And he is the guy that is allowing and is empowering Tom Thibodeau to do what he do. So the NBA gods are looking right at the Knicks right now and saying that you are cheating the fans. You are cheating people like me from necessary moves that need to be made.
Okay.
Freezy, why haven't we made a trade within the last 2 weeks after Cam Reddish and Evan Fournier both have been demoted to DNPs?
Hey, let me ask you this before I answer that.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for in a trade?
So
No, not the player, not the player. I'm saying, what issue are you trying to resolve?
So the issue that I'm trying to resolve is us not having enough soldiers to survive this season.
Right.
If we continue to trot out 7, them injuries is going to pile up. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy how I brought up RJ Barrett yesterday in the Twitter space, Freezy. I swear to God. And I said, yo, RJ Barrett could be hurt. And if he's hurt and he's out for at least 2 to 3 weeks, our season is finished. He has a lacerated hand.
It takes 2 weeks to a month to heal.
But not even 2 weeks. Think about it this way. It's on the opposite hand of his shooting hand. Mm-hmm. So that's the other hand where he holds the ball under. So that's going to be minimum, at least a month. Minimum. He's out. Obi has been out since I don't remember the last time I watched Obi play.
Always been. This is the third week.
Jalen Brunson is now hurt and grabbed for his lower back last game. That's not going nowhere.
Right.
The fact that I watched Quickly have 15 assists tonight, and Leo Rose went out and gave Brunson $100 million and traded out of the first round for me to watch AJ Griffin, guys like Benedict McThurin. I watched Jalen Duran literally come back, help the Pistons come back against the Clippers, and then allow the Clippers to come back. Cool, they young, but Durant had a double-double that game. I'm watching Tyrese Halliburton average 20 and 10 after we drafted.
And leading the Pacers to a potential playoff spot, too. Potential playoff spot for the Pacers, too.
But these are problems that's compounded because the president of basketball operations has been terrible at his job.
It's true. It's true.
Horrific.
True.
And now we're at the point where we're 18 and 17. And I got to sit here and ask, is the best thing for this Knicks team right now is to make it to the playoffs? Or is the best thing for this Knicks team right now is to be a top 10 team in the lottery and trade Randle while his value is high? What is the best? What do people want?
That kid from Arkansas is nasty, bro.
The hell with him.
Nick Smith?
The twins.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that, Stay. You got my you about to break my heart, bro.
I love Brunson. I love RJ Barrett.
But if we can get the Thompson twins, bro.
If we lose these next 4 games, which I think we are, because I think we're going to.
Spurs, Rockets, Suns, Spurs, yeah.
We're losing all of those games because this team is going to tire out. Quentin Grimes gave all he had tonight. Next
and
game,
Miles McBride too.
Miles McBride too. Salute to them young brothers. Salute to Quickly. They gave all they had last night.
They tried their best. They did.
This season was done when Quentin Grimes missed those 2 free throws, and right after Brunson followed up. Ever since that happened,
against the Bulls,
season has gone to crap. And we're going to continue to lose. Because I think the NBA gods is mad with us.
To me, the Raptors is what changed the loss. To me, what changed, you know what I mean? Stay, because in that game, New York was at 102, 101, and then quickly had to travel. And you allowed Spicy P to bake this for 52. I think the Raptors loss changed the season of downward spiral.
Right. And then they came down, and Jalen Brunson lost Fred VanVleet in transition.
Bang. And don't forget,
Fred VanVleet knocked down the 3 and gave them a 4-point lead.
And don't forget, at the time, Toronto was 3-12 on the road and lost 6 in a row in general.
Yeah. And how are we going to forget? Julius Randle allowed Pascal Siakam to have 52 in the Garden. I had Knicks fans atting me about Quentin Grimes' defense. Don't ever at me about Quentin Grimes' defense ever again. I just seen a man score 60, 20, and 10. I never seen a player do that against the Knicks in my 22 years of watching.
And then DeRozan big Grimes too in MSG, give him an and one.
What? Remember that? And I know it's even more crazy, Freezy. I wish you could find me the stat right now that showed the primary defenders on Luka tonight. Because I would love to know how much.
I would love to see that. Dre is better at that than me. Dre, is there a way we can see that?
Look, because physically, Grimes cannot guard Luka, man. Nobody can guard Luka, but he's already given up about 3 inches of height. He's given about 25 pounds in weight on a good day, on a day that's Luka slim. Like he's getting bullied regardless. This is what I'm saying. You do not let Luka play by himself and go ISO 1-on-1 the entire time to 60 points. No. Yeah. You double his ass. You double him.
Quick blitz.
But Tibbs is over here watching him go ISO 1-on-1 the entire time. Our man getting flame broiled, and you just letting it happen. Like, Dre, what are you doing, Tibbs?
Dre, do you really need to double Luka when you got a 6'8" rangy forward on the bench? See, the Knicks don't care about winning. They care about optics. And until they stop caring about optics, the Knicks will never win anything significant. That is madness how Reddish could not, like, the fact that I've only seen Reddish and Grimes together on the floor this season, probably under 25 minutes, is crazy within itself. The fact that AJ Griffin could be playing on the Knicks right now is what? Yo, Freezy, this is really yo. And you know what's the craziest part about all of this? I'm gonna be 40 years old, and I'm gonna think back. Yo, we really missed out on Donovan Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Like Leon Rose got to get fired. So like somebody has to get fired soon. Like I don't know how much more like Leon Rose can like slide like a dancer around the criticism. Like this is wild, Freezy. What I'm watching
right.
I mean, he could do that because he never talks to us. So unless it's a scripted like TV show,
right?
At the end of the year.
And did y'all see after the game what Thibodeau said about Evan Fournier and Reddish?
No, I didn't see it.
No, what he said?
Yo,
they asked. My fault, State. They asked him like, is there a reason why Cam Reddish and Fournier couldn't get minutes when RJ was hurt and all this stuff? He was like, no. Like he didn't want to answer the question. Like he just cut it off. He was like, no. Next question. No. He said no real fast.
Trey, you don't think players around the league is watching what the Knicks are doing to Reddish? Do you think dudes want to come in and play for us? I don't think dudes want to come in and play for us.
State.
Bro,
I'm gonna say this to you, State. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I got my crystal ball out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I cleaned it off. I had it in a cloth bag, right? And I'm cleaning it off with lemon juice and vinegar, so it'll be crystal clear, right? Trae Young will be a Knick.
Yo, that is some of the most disgusting news you've said to me in a while.
Right.
The fact that the Knicks, like,
you know why?
Speaking of Trae, hurt his calf against the Pacers. Want to throw it out there.
But here's why. Here's why. Because all it takes is for the Knicks to lose 3 out of the next 5 games, and for the Knicks to fall under 500, to be at 500 or under, and the trade for a superstar chant is going to be so loud and obnoxious that the Knicks are going to be forced to make a move.
Wow.
And then because what's going to happen is you're going to have to make a choice between Zach LaVine and Trae Young, right? You're going to be forced to make a move. And if the Knicks fumble the acquisition of a superstar, they're getting fired on the spot.
Freezy.
Hey, you know why? Because now there are 2 guys that might be available, right? And if you fumble either one, that would make 3 times in less than the calendar year that you fumbled it.
Freezy. When the Knicks was winning games in late March, when me and you cared about getting Jaden Ivey, other people saying Obi Toppin scored 40.
You know what I was saying back then? We need to trade for because my player was Mathurin, but I wanted Ivy because I didn't want another non-athlete on this team.
And to watch the Knicks right now, you know what the Knicks are literally missing, Freezy? Like
Jeremy Sohan.
Huh?
Jeremy Sohan is what they're missing at the moment.
No, the L. They're literally missing just a generational talent. Like they have all the other pieces. Like they have every single piece you will want for a team around a superstar or a generational talent. They got every single piece.
Right. Now what you're saying is they have the solar system. They're missing the sun.
Yes.
That's what I've been saying. It. They have the solar system, bro. The only thing they're missing is the sun.
And sir, help me, God. Let's say hypothetically speaking, let's say the Knicks get the 1 pick. All they would need is like a generational talent. and just plop him in the starting five. And that guy will make everybody else's game so much easier. The Knicks players, like even with Brunson,
would you go Victor W number one?
Who?
Would you go Victor W number one?
Yeah, you gotta go Victor number one. You can't like he's such a unique player, you can't even second guess it. Like you gotta take him number one. The only second guessing
his ceiling is so high. If he just plays, he's going to be a lock for damn near Hall of Fame.
I know how good he is. I think the cat is going to be better than Kevin Durant. But I know how good he is. I know exactly how good he's going to be for the Spurs, because you know the Spurs are going to get the number one.
They always get the generational big, man.
Right?
They always get the generational big.
And it's always and so in this situation where there is a athletic, smooth, small guard, for some reason they always end up in a small market. Like the scoring machines, the small scoring machine guards, like Ja Morant, like a Mike Bibby. Yeah, like a Ja Morant, like a Mike Bibby, like a Steph Curry, like a Steve Francis, like a just name them. Everybody except Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson and Isaiah Thomas, the only two small guards that I saw go to reasonably sized markets for the most part that I can remember.
This right now.
But if he goes to, I think Scoot's going to Orlando.
That would be a great.
Oh my God! Oh, don't say that, man.
Scoot to Orlando, bro. You can book it.
They already got so many 6'10" dogs on that team. like it don't even make no sense.
I'll be honest with y'all, like this is one of those seasons where low key, secretly, like me, low key. If the Knicks went on like a long losing streak, this is one of those rosters that could really use, like we could really use a top 3 pick in this draft. Honestly, like because we already know what we getting with Brunson. We know RJ going to get better. We got Randle already. But if we had a top 3 pick in like this year's draft, let's say if we don't even draft a player with the top 3 pick, you know the type of star we can get with this year's pick. Even if we don't draft a player, like we can literally pick and choose who, like. I don't think
the value of this pick is going to be crazy.
It would, though. I would love a top 3 because we are primed for one. Like I think we really could use one. We could use an Amen Thompson right now in the star lineup instantly. We could use a Scoot Henderson. We could use a Victor.
A Cam Whitmore, son.
I need some type of. I need a big wing.
Hey, so let's talk about Cam.
He's 6'7", though. He's like my fault.
What is? Let me ask. Let me just ask this: what does Cam Whitmore do that Obi doesn't do?
He has guard skills while being 6'7" and hyper. He's like basically he's like a right-handed Miles Bridges with guard skills. Like he could play make, he can dribble. He has range coming out of college already.
So he's a freak athlete.
And he's a freak athlete. If he was 6'9", he would have went number 1 in the draft, but he's 6'7", so he's gonna go 5'6" in that range. If he was 6'9", he would have went number 1 in his draft. I'm being dead serious.
No, he ain't better than Victor W. I'm sorry.
Dre, you would go over Scoop though, for sure.
That's a bridge too far for me, bro. I was with you until you
said
over
if he's 6'9", I'm taking him over Scoop, but he's not.
Think about this. You said all that stuff, and if he's 6'9", well, VW do all that stuff, and he's 7'3.5".
Yeah. Victor's different. Victor's different animal. He's not even a real person. He's a 2K character. He's not.
He's so OD that as soon as you draft him, whoever's your one option, he ain't your one option no more. Like you gotta run your offense through him. And you can't play him like a traditional big. I'm playing him at the perimeter.
A rival GM, and I hate the term rival GM, but an exec said a rival GM says if they get VW, they playing him at the 3. His first 2 seasons. They playing him at the 3 to save his body and get him strong enough to play in the post. They're gonna play him 3-4. That's what they said they're gonna do if they get him.
I mean, if we keep it in the stack, Lauri Markkanen is 7 foot and he plays 3-4. So,
it
and we used to run KP at 4. So,
yeah,
that would be mad funny. Imagine the Knicks get the 1 pick and then they bring back Porzingis and then you just taller than everybody else.
You just taller than everybody else.
I mean, that's the plan that the Magic are trying to do, man. It's like that's what the Magic trying to do.
Yo,
they had lineups out there 6'10" and taller. Everybody 6'10", just out.
They running Franz Wagner at the 2. They running Paolo at the 3 and Bol at the 4.
If you had a pick, you had the number 1 pick, and you had to pick between Palau, Zion, and you had to pick between Palau, Zion. Who's another OD elite crazy number 1 pick?
Derrick Rose.
And Derrick Rose. Palau, Zion, and Derrick Rose. Who you picking?
I'm still going Derrick Rose, bro. I'm still going Rose.
With all due respect, I'm taking Palau Boncherio.
Yeah,
taking Paolo?
Nah,
I can't. I still got to go Derrick Rose.
I'm not about to lie, though. I'm not about to lie, though, Susie. Go ahead. My fault.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna just say this real quick. The only reason why Derrick Rose is not the GOAT is because of injuries.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Derrick Rose without knee injuries is in the greatest play of all time conversation.
Like before or after Derrick Rose, we never seen a guard move like that. Period.
Right.
Before or after. Not no
Derrick
6'3" guard move like that.
Derrick Rose was twice as fast and explosive as Russell Westbrook.
With different agility, like the shiftiness.
Crazy.
He would shift from one end of the lane to the other.
Imagine
just
Ja Morant. Imagine Ja Morant with killer instinct and muscle. Because think about Derrick Rose.
Wasn't no little guard. He was 200 out of college. Muscle.
Yes.
200.
Yes.
Ja Morant coming out of college was 170, 175 on a good day.
That's what they list him at.
On a good day.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, man, my son played against Ja Morant in high school, right? He ran into my son and it sounded like a car crash, bro. You know what I'm saying? My son is a big, stocky dude, right? Ja Morant ran into him full speed, and I swear it sounded like somebody slammed a screen door. You know what I'm saying? That dude is so small, bro. That dude is so small. You have no idea how small Ja Morant is.
We're kind of seeing what Zion is right now, and I don't think he's ever going to be like an MVP player. He might be a top 3-4 player at his peak in the league. Maybe, but Derrick Rose was literally the MVP for a reason. The youngest MVP
Derrick
ever.
Rose came into the league as a top 5 player.
The youngest
Derrick Rose. Okay, let me ease off. Let me back up a little bit. Derrick Rose didn't come in the league as a top 5 player. Derrick Rose came into the league as a top 15 player.
Right.
Day one. I'm talking about day one. As soon as he drafted, he top 15.
Vinny Del Negro couldn't even ruin that.
Right. I can't remember another rookie coming into the league as a top 15 player. Maybe not even Zion. Zion wasn't top 15.
Braun top 15.
Maybe LeBron. And I'm talking about just number one. I'm talking about just number ones. I'm not talking about just anybody.
Was MJ a top 15 guy when he first got to the league? Immediately,
but he wasn't number one pick though.
He was 3, of course.
Yeah. I'm just going based on the parameters that state set. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the number ones, bro?
Yeah, number ones.
Bro,
the thing about Paolo is just he plays like a more athletic, bigger Paul Pierce with athleticism, like real athleticism.
The dude is he's a bigger, more athletic version of Randle, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people don't like Randle because of his attitude, but if you just look at
Okay,
Randle's
I can see
game,
that.
just look at Randle's game, not his attitude, his
The only
game.
thing, the only thing I give Paolo, he has a more natural feel for the game. It took Randle what 6-7 years to get to this
Oh,
iteration of him.
Paolo, did you say feel for the man? Paolo don't have
Yeah,
no feel for the game, bro.
he got feel for the game, man.
And
He just a little bit of brute force. He just, but like I'm talking about like his
IQ
ability.
he got low IQ, bro.
He has he has high IQ in certain areas. Like he knows how to abuse his body to get to the free throw line.
Did you see
in
the
this
way?
era.
Do you see?
He's like top 5 in free throws attempted per game already as a rookie.
Right, but that's not one of okay. That's getting to the rim. But I'm talking about situation. Did you see how he gave away the Hawks game?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
This dude is so low IQ, and it's
But
not
we get on Randle for his IQ though. We got to keep it a stack.
But Dre, you got to hear me out. You keep cutting me off. Listen to hear me out. Hear me out. The reason why Paolo is low IQ is not because he's a dummy, right? I'm not saying that the dude is dumb. I'm saying that he's young.
Right.
He don't have experience, right? Like how he gave away the game against Atlanta. That is ridiculous.
That foul was stupid.
You learned that in 6th grade, bro. And then on the other end, they draw up the play to go to him. This dude is shimmying and shaking and dribbling, and don't get the game winner off.
But this is what I'm saying, Freezy. Like this iteration of Randle took 7 to 8 years to get to, and Paolo's almost right there, right now.
I'm
30 games into his rookie year.
Right, but
so like give him 6 years, he's gonna be a monster. Like
right, I'm not an advocate for Randle in this and this right. What we're talking about. What I'm saying is that the dude needs seasoning.
Right.
Because he could do a lot of stuff easily, but he still needs seasoning.
He needs the reps.
Right. It's the same thing. I'll tell you somebody else I'm very impressed with, but they need seasoning. It's the kid from the Oklahoma City Thunder. The kid
Giddy?
Pokusevski? No.
Pokusevski. No. I'm thinking of like a high draft pick. That's what I was like.
Giddy might be ready, bro. But what I'm saying, Pokusevski is like the dude so talented, he forgets that he's not physically able to do certain stuff yet. Like he's like, oh, I got to step. He gone. He going to try to yam on somebody at the rim, and he forget he weigh 189 pounds at 7 foot.
He doesn't even look 7 foot until he does 7-footer stuff.
Until he does 7-footer stuff, right? Like I saw him cock back with 2 hands and dunk on somebody, and then the defender just put his hand out and then put him to the ground,
push them away. Like
yeah, bro, you won Pokusevski, you 195, bro. You not 230. But the mindset is there though. The mindset is there.
Like he wants to do the things, but he can't just do it. Just
yeah.
It's like my fault, Freezy, but it's like the process for like the elite player, not necessarily Pokusevski is. Before they get to the next step, you see the wheels turning, and they try to do stuff that they can't actually do yet. Like a specific pass or a playmaking ability that their teammate isn't even ready for. So they end up hitting them in the face with the basketball because they're thinking so far ahead.
Why is Lou Dort and Pokusevski on the floor at the same time? Right? Because Lou Dort is a physical grinder. Like he a tough man for his size. Right? Like Lou Dort is what, like 6'3", 220?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And Pokusevski is 7'1", 195 or something.
I want to my bad, Freezy, but there's a funny thing. There's like a funny gag that State has on Twitter, and like somebody said that RJ is Lou Dort. State not letting that go. State not letting it go.
Oh my God, I saw that.
State not letting that go at all.
I saw it. And how you say RJ is Lou Dort it baffles my mind, bro.
Yo,
right? Because ultimately, you know what OKC is doing with Lou Dort. They want him to be a Marcus Smart hybrid.
Yep.
Right. That's what they want to do with him. Right. And why not? Because he's more athletic than Marcus Smart. He don't have as much dog as Marcus Smart though, and that's not a knock on Dort because Dort is a dog, but Marcus Smart is different.
Yeah, he a different kind of dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like Marcus Smart is Kane Corso-esque. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just running your pit bull out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, the thing I'm getting at though with the whole Banchero thing is like I'm not saying that he's not a talented player because he is. Off physical ability alone, he is getting it. What I'm saying is, imagine when the game clicks upstairs for him. This dude might be better than Luka.
It's like he's like I'm gonna say it. He's like a bigger, more athletic Tatum when he figures it out.
Who would you prefer, Tatum or Banchero right now? Tatum or Banchero?
Right now, today, Tatum. But 3 years from now, Banchero.
Right now, think about 3 years from now. Think about 3 years from now. Banchero is still going to have 10 more years.
Oh, God.
3 years from now, Tatum is going to have about 6 more years.
Knicks don't got a soul on their roster to guard that man.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom right quick.
But it's like you don't have no outlier athletic type dude on this team. You got a bunch of good dudes, a bunch of cool guys, but we ain't got no freak on this team.
No, that's the problem with Knicks.
You need, unless you're Luka Doncic, you need like a physical advantage on a night in and night basis to cause havoc to the other team. Like if you look at all these other stars in the league, they have physical freak traits about them that you can't stop.
Yep.
And we got a bunch of guys that masquerade in roles that don't fit them. Like we got Randle doing stuff that's for like Randle is a solid player. I'm not about to like ish on him and say he's trash or anything. But we got him in a role that's designated for a Carmelo type, a 28-point per game guy. Not this 22, 23 stuff on 45. Like we got him in a role where, like he said, we got the planets where we ain't got no sun. Randle is the sun right now. Or we've been forcing Randle as the sun for like 4 years. And we know he not the sun. We know he like a moon that's orbiting around on the earth, but he's not the sun. And we keep putting him in these situations. Like if it was up to me, man, this we would have been had a top 5 pick in last year's draft at worst. But it's
shit.
But the way we operate is we let Tibbs dictate who plays and who plays what minutes and how they get played, and it don't make no sense. Like, bro, the front office and the coach got to be in lockstep, bro. Like, you can't be having one guy control everything while you just give him talent and just let him decipher what the talent does. It's like no other franchise does that if you're developing stage, but we do it. We do that here.
That's exactly why I talked about Cam Reddish, because I know. How can I put this? There's going to be a lot of players that around the league that's looking at this situation with Cam Reddish, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people just hope that the Knicks fail, but failed on Tibbs' behalf, because the way he's doing this is like it's so wrong. That NBA got mad at man.
I ain't gonna hold you. No star wants to play for Tom Thibodeau, man.
No.
If that was the case, LeBron and Wade would have been in Chicago with Derrick Rose when they had a chance.
Shit,
if you remember that,
they didn't go there, or their fucking knees would have been done.
like like no real star want, like Tibbs is the guy you bring in to attempt to change your culture, and then once you do that, you get him up out of there, and you flip the guys that he bolstered up, the role players that he helped create, because he ain't gonna make no superstar.
No.
But no. but he's gonna build up the floor of a guy. He's gonna
talking about
make
Tibbs?
quickly. Yeah, he's gonna make quickly be a two-way player instead of maximizing his jump shooting ability or have him running off screens and shooting the ball all over the court and spraying the ball. Like he's not
Hey,
gonna do that. He's gonna build up your value as far as your floor so you can play for other teams,
but
but he's not gonna
that's
maximize
that's
what you
always
are.
been my fault with certain coaches, though. It's
Yeah.
the reason why every time somebody say Kenny Atkinson name, I get a deep burning in the pit of my stomach, bro.
Heartburn?
Because there's maybe that may be it. that may be it. But every time somebody say like Kenny Atkinson name, I'm like, this dude is because the Kenny Atkinsons, the Alvin Gentrys, the Luke Waltons, they make you good at a certain thing, like with Buddy Hield, right? They make you good at a certain thing, right? And you can live off that certain thing, but how does it benefit your team in the long run? Oh, he can shoot the J. He can shoot the J, but is Buddy Hield a franchise player?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the difference between those guys and like Steve Kerr, for example, because he took Steph Curry's best trait and weaponized it to a level that made everyone else on that team better.
Right.
So,
I would say this. It's the same thing as I don't know if y'all remember this or not.
Yeah.
But the St. Louis Rams had an offensive coordinator named Mike Martz, right? And they had a head coach.
Who was their coach at the time?
The head coach was Dick Vermeil. Dick Vermeil was their coach.
Oh, all right. Jeff
Dick
Fisher
Vermeil,
was one of the worst coaches I ever seen.
Ever, right? But basically, Mike Martz went to Dick Vermeil and said, "Hey, man, instead of us running a 2-minute offense under 2 minutes, why don't we just run it all game?" And so Dick Vermeil is like, "What'd you say?" He was like, "Instead of us running the 2-minute offense under the 2-minute warning, let's just run it all game. Let's make everybody on the defense work." Right? And so while it sounds stupid when you say it, like why would you, like, what do you get? What benefit did you get from running 2-minute offense all game? Well, for one, you get linebackers off the field. Right? Now your little teeny 5'8" receivers have to be guarded by big, strong safeties, big free safeties, right? And so what the Rams did is that's what they did. They started putting 3-4 receivers on, not the run and shoot, where you put a bunch of receivers on the field and you still ran at a slow pace, right? They ran the 2-minute offense. They ran up tempo, fast pace, 4 wide receivers, and a do-it-all running back.
And if you left the linebacker out there, that ball going right to Falk in the flats.
Right. And eventually they faded out Marshall Falk and added Steven Jackson and got the same result.
Right.
Except Steven Jackson was a big physical weapon. Right.
They did it
and so
with
that's
him and Mark Bulger for a little bit.
Yes. And so that's what Steve Kerr did with Steph Curry and them. They're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Why run the offense that we run at the end of the game when we down by 10 when we could just run that offense all game?
It's like, yeah, why are we running this small ball lineup when we're trying to get back in the game? Why don't we just put Draymond at the 5 right now?
Yes. Why don't we call it the Hampton 5? You know what I'm saying?
Like you got to be daring. You got to not be scared of trying new things. Where
you got to convince your front office. You got to convince your front office too, because now they have to draft players that fit that. Now you got to be brave enough to run out Steph Curry, Monte Ellis, and Klay Thompson at the same time.
Well, I mean,
you feel me?
They as soon as they drafted Klay, they were like, "Yo, Monte, we got to make a decision. Monte got to go." Because then they were thinking of trading Klay, and they went against that too.
Right, but remember, they still had Harrison Barnes.
Right.
So, yeah, so it's like, what helps us get to a championship? Monte Ellis or Harrison
Or
Barnes?
right.
Well, Harrison Barnes helped them get there. A state. So
It,
basically, what I was getting at, man, my whole ring around the rosy type thing is this: the Knicks have to make a decision, bro. Like this season right here. Like personally, I don't care. Like if the Knicks win a championship, I'm satisfied. If the Knicks end up in the lottery, I'm satisfied because at the very beginning of the season, I never knew what to call this team anyway. Right? I never knew what to call it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like that white T-shirt that you have hanging up in the closet. It's like, do I wear this to play ball in, or can I put a blazer? Can I iron it and put a blazer over the top of it? You know, you like, what am I going? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, do I put a blazer over the top of this and pull them J's out, man? Throw on some slacks with it. You know what I'm saying? Get my little hat out the thing. You know what I'm saying? Get my little brim. You know what I'm saying? But this team, I didn't know.
Or is it the shirt? My fault, Freezer. Or is it the shirt that you put on to go to the laundromat to wash your other clothes that are better?
And Dre, and you know the thing, you know what it is? That shirt is all of those things. That shirt is all of those things. That's why I didn't know what the season was going to be, because you go out and sign Jalen Brunson as if Jalen Brunson is going to take you to the second or third round of the playoffs, right? Right. I mean, that's what they did. Now, whether we agree with it or not is, not up for the. It depends, because if State say no, and Dre say yes, and I say I don't know, we could all be right.
That means our front office doesn't really know what they're doing, and they just trying to do as many things as possible in a short amount of time before James Dolan gets pissed off and fires all of them.
Like
I think Jalen Dolan is all about them.
To get Brunson is a move you get when you already got like RJ and Victor Wembanyama on your roster. Like that's when you go give him $100 million. Like not after you win 37 games and you still don't have a complete. Like we still don't know what Quickly is right now. So I'm kind of scared that if we trade him and he goes start for another team, he's gonna go off.
State, can I just throw something on top of that real quick? I'm gonna just say, because I understand where you're going. I just want to say this real quick. So, about a month and a half ago, I said to Dre, and I think Coach was here too. I said, if the Knicks trade Quickly to the Orlando Magic for Jonathan Isaac, Emmanuel Quickly will drag that team to the playoffs and have a James Harden type impact. Now, will he win the league MVP? No. Right? But what I'm saying is how one key piece that you needed the whole time can make the difference type of impact. That's what I'm saying. Nobody knew James Harden was going to be James Harden in Houston, right? So I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you give one guy who all he needed was a shot, just let him be himself.
No, like the difference between Harden though and Quickly is you kind of knew Harden was kind of special in his fourth year when he rung off. I ain't gonna lie to you, Freezy. Like he rung off 10 straight games, I think, of 30 points off the bench.
Yeah.
When he did that, bro,
right?
I said, nah, he's it. He's it. Because that's not normal. Like to score 30 off the bench for like 10 consecutive games.
Right.
That's freakish a little bit.
Right.
Yo, OKC.
But his coach allowed him to shoot the ball, bro.
Yeah, but you like OKC messed that up, man. You drafted Harden, Russ, and KD
Jeff Green
back-to-back seasons.
Ibaka.
They was 3-30.
How's that messing up though?
Yeah, but you don't have a championship to show for it.
I think that's a win.
Imagine if the Knicks let 3 MVPs walk out the door within the span of 10 years.
Bro, I'd be a Charlotte Hornets fan right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. But stay. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The part that you missed, right? Here's the part that you missed. Russell Westbrook and Thabo Sefolosha were the starters, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the starters, and then they had what's my man from Colorado? Andre Roberson.
Yeah, Andre Roberson.
Andre Roberson. And off they bench, these dudes had Eric Mena, Reggie Jackson, and James Harden, all busting each other up in practice. The rumor, right? And this is why Russ and KD fell out. The rumor was that in practice, Reggie Jackson was killing everybody, all the guards in practice. And KD wanted Reggie Jackson to start. He wanted Harden and Reggie Jackson to be the starters over Russ. Can you imagine a scenario where a front office drafts Eric Mena, Reggie Jackson, James Harden, Andre Roberson, and Russell Westbrook?
They really didn't miss for like 4 or 5 years straight in the pick.
5 years in a row, bro. Come on. Now, and remember, they also drafted Jeff Green, who they traded. I'm sorry, they traded for Jeff Green, right?
They drafted him and they traded him to the Celtics.
For
Ray drafted him. He was a Seattle Supersonic, if you recall. Jeff Green was a Supersonic.
How did he get to be?
They drafted him.
They drafted him, right? Mm-hmm. So how did he end up in Boston?
Yeah, they traded him.
Remember,
I know that. I'm saying when was he part of the Ray Allen trade?
For Perkins. For
Kendrick Perkins. Yeah, you're right.
They needed toughness, so they say let's go get Perkins. But that's an L. That, you know what that remind me of? That remind me of the Orlando Magic right now. Because low key, they got Cole Anthony. They're like 7-1 ever since Markelle Fultz came back to the starting lineup.
Yep.
They drafted Jalen Suggs.
Yep.
They got Franz Wagner. The Orlando Magic is literally, and this pains me to say this because they didn't rebuild over like twice, and they had 2 generational talents within the last 20 years.
Yeah.
They have a chance next season. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, they get Scoot Henderson.
They getting Scoot. Come on, bro. That's done.
They could literally trade Suggs and all of those pieces for a guy like Bradley Beal and instantly be a top 5 team next season.
Yeah.
Like literally, like within like that. Because Palau, you got your future superstar Palau Malchero, Franz Wagner, almighty 4th seed, COVID year. The man is averaging 20 points right now in 7 rebounds. Right. You got Cole Anthony.
So you mean state like how the Cavs traded for Donovan Mitchell? Because they had drafted their guys, and then they flipped the guys that they had for Donovan Mitchell with picks.
Yeah.
And even something more comparable, how OKC traded for SGA.
They could go get Zach LaVine for next season. Literally, he'll fit right in their starting 5.
They can go, or they can even go even younger. Trade for that young cat from the Spurs, Vassell.
Devin Vassell.
They could do a Vassell.
I don't know if Vassell going anywhere, bro. Pop loves him. Pop loves him some Vassell.
I'm not gonna hold you up. If I was Orlando, and let's say if I get like the 4th or 5th overall pick in this year's draft, I would call the Warriors and I would say, yo, fellas, we'll offer you the 4th overall pick for Jordan Poole, man. What's up, man? Talk to me. If they were serious, if they was dead serious about winning, I would do that. I would not bring in another rookie. I would go get Jordan Poole easily. Because
and who is this? Someone Orlando?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would say maybe the Warriors do it, but they also got like a little gun shy because of the James Wiseman thing where it didn't work out with James Wiseman. And over there, he did, but come on, they were down by like 50.
Yeah.
Like he was living off dunks.
Come on, against Brooklyn, right?
The whole time. Yeah, they were down by like.
He tried to dunk on Durant.
Yo, are we watching was going across over there on Flatbush, or we just ignoring them because we got problems of our own.
We got problems of our own, bro. We can't do that right now.
All right, because listen, it's looking spooky over there, man. And I know the Knicks they tried to copy the 2018 Nets, and I know they're trying to go that route. But the problem with Knicks management is Knicks is not we're not an ordinary organization. We are one of the most winning. We are one of the most top grossing organized sports organizations in sports history. It's no way. It's like I read an article and it said Victor Wembanyama, wherever he gets drafted to, instantly increases your team's value by at least $100 million.
Yeah, San Antonio.
Yeah, New York Knicks. I mean, it's one of if there wasn't a season because this is what I don't like about Adam Silver, yo. You give the Grizzlies the second pick. You give the Lakers the fourth pick. You gave OKC a top 2 pick after they was blatantly tanking.
Yeah, the Raptors they pick.
It looked worse. Like you give Houston the second pick.
For them being displaced. That's how they got Scotty Barnes, because they was displaced. Remember, they was playing in Tampa.
Why he can't have? Why he can't?
Because we the Knicks. Because we
make money even if we trash. That's why.
Hey Drake, should I tell State the story so he won't have to wonder no more?
Go ahead, man.
Bro, State, the reason why the Knicks will never get the number 1 pick is because when the Nets tried to move into the city, the Knicks sued them out of existence. The New York Nets from the ABA, when they first came to the NBA, that's why they are in New Jersey, bro. And all the Knicks ownership had to do was allow them to move to Queens, New York, and build a stadium out there by Shea. They would have been the New York Nets. They would have been out in Queens, minding their business, but the Knicks didn't want another team in the 5 boroughs. And ever since then, bro, ever since, bro, because the Knicks, the Larry O'Brien, the dude whose name is on the trophy, screwed the Knicks out of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when Kareem said he wanted to play for the Knicks. Yeah, everybody know the double.
He wanted to come right back to Harlem. That's when he wanted to come back. He wanted to come right back to Harlem.
He's from New York. That's his people. You know what I'm saying? He a New York City legend. He wanted to come back to New York and play for the Knicks. The Knicks were the best team in the NBA. He wanted to come play for them, right? But the Lakers were struggling. They couldn't draw flies with all them superstars they had. They couldn't draw flies out there. And so they sent Kareem, the best player in the league, to LA because of the double-sided coin. And that is how you got Patrick Ewing. Because when the Knicks found out about the double-sided coin, they went to the league and complained. And they was like, okay, when we do this lottery in 2 years, we'll give y'all the number 1 pick. That was 1983.
Yo, Luka. Yo, we really need a generational talent so bad.
Bro, so you ain't gonna get how you gonna get him, State?
So you mean to tell me you go 60, 20, and 10, and your first words is I need a recovery beer? This season is done. I'm so done with this season. Like my army hat is over here. I got some battle boots already. I got the tank. It's about to be ramped up.
There's a war going on outside.
Yeah, because I don't want to make the playoffs with this coach. Like me personally, like so. Hey, this is coming from the heart. Like I love the Knicks more than maybe Leon Rose do. I prefer to lose.
I know I love him more than Leon.
I prefer to lose.
It's a passion project for Leon Rose, man. He don't really care about the Knicks like that.
Like you can't tell me you care about your players and you have yet to make a trade, knowing what's going on right now. Did y'all not see
who they trading for? You ain't say who they trading for. You ain't say it yet.
Yo, go get somebody. Cause you're literally looking at Reddish and Evan Fournier.
Go get Kuminga.
Yeah, but go look at the game tonight. Yo, them dudes was smiling on the bench, Freezy. like they were smiling during OT. Like when the camera's on them, Reddish and Evan and those boys were smiling.
Right.
You know how they smile. Like I would love Kuminga, but you know what I thought about when you said
how you like Tari Eason?
Then, the guy we could have drafted, but we traded out in the first round.
Yeah.
You said Tari Eason? That's what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another guy we could have drafted. But yeah.
I feel like
Kendall
he's also like a Tibbs type of player, Tari Eason, just all effort, long athleticism.
You could have threw him on Luka tonight, and Luka would have scored 53, but so what? We would have won.
Yep. Pathetic. It's pathetic.
Bro, Luka was coming down, taking a pick, and if there was no pick, he would just take this dude to the post, Grimes to the post, and there's nothing Grimes could do because he's just 6'4", 200.
Knicks fans, when it comes to Quentin Grimes, the way they defend this man reminds me of when I used to defend Frank Ntilikina. And at some point, like, don't talk to me about his 30-plus right now. We allowed a man to have 60, 20, and 10. His 30 points is irrelevant. I don't care about it right now.
Right.
At some point, you can't, like, Tibbs thinks he is the stopper, and he's not, bro. Like, you can't just throw him on a generational talent with no help and expect him to stop anything.
Yo,
he's not stopping nothing, bro.
Last couple of games. Let's be real, Dre. He's been getting killed last couple of games, and I attribute that. I think it's really fatigue. I think he's just
it's fatigue, but in this NBA, bro, you cannot guard a superstar with one guy. Period.
No,
it's impossible.
Any NBA. Dre. That's what in any NBA.
I mean, real superstars.
I'm saying in any generation, you cannot. Yo, one dude on Michael Jordan, bro. Get out of here, bro. One dude on Wilt Chamberlain. Get out of here, man. One dude. I saw one dude try to guard Oscar Robertson, and this is on tape. Oscar Robertson went by the guy, backed up, and was like, "Hey, dog, I'm over here." You cannot guard the all-time greats with one person, bro.
State wasn't here, but I'm gonna repeat this quote by Jamal Crawford on NBA TV tonight. He said, "I was shocked to not see a double team, not a different look. Luka made the right plays when they did try to double a little bit, but he was basically playing one-on-one. And this is what Tibbs wants us to do: play like just let this guy just go off and try to keep down the other guys as if these other guys were that good anyway. Like, if Reggie Bullock dropped 30 on us, I would live with that over Luka dropping 60.
Right. Like, you can't treat like this. The perception is he was Mr. Untouchable. They're trying to prove a point, and that it's going to backfire. It's going to continue to backfire. Freezy, God don't like ugly, yeah. This season is about to sink. It's going to sink bad. Within the next 2 weeks, Freezy, we'll be having conversation about who we drafted with a top 7 pick. Because I'm not interested. I'm not interested in winning no more with this coach or with this president of basketball operations. We're
gonna have to have another 3-17 February.
Like we will.
Last year.
It's coming. Oh, this losing streak just started, brother. We about to. Watch when we lose to the Spurs. I watched Devin Vassell yesterday. Freezy.
He's nice.
That young man, every time he hit a mid-range jumper, Freezy, I thought about Obi Toppin.
Yep.
Every time he's so smooth.
He like manipulate the pick. He get to his spot. Like he kind of moves a little bit like Jordan Poole too. Like, in my opinion, not to sound crazy, but like when he manipulates a pick and comes around and he swerves around and he goes the herky jerky, like, and he gets to his spot and take a mid-range shot. Like, he's more athletic than Chris Middleton. Like, he'll get to the rim and lay it up on someone. Chris Middleton like focuses in the mid-range only. This guy has range from 3 off the dribble. Like, he's nice.
Watch the next Spurs. Matter of fact, we play the Spurs next. You're gonna see that mid-range in full. Yo, he was midi, right wing, left wing,
right,
below the key, free throw line. Yo, he did every mid-range jump.
He's nice, right? He's nice. He nice. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
You
That
might see
state.
Keldon go
So
off too. So
I was saying about a month and a half ago that we need to go get him while his stock is low. Because he is gonna be a
you were
star.
saying that repeatedly. You were saying that repeatedly.
He's gonna be a star, bro.
Yo, yeah. I see it. I know what you see too, Freezy. I see that same star glow from him a little bit. Like that same star glow I seen from like a guy like Ron Artest, like one of those guys like who's underrated, but as he get in the league, like more years he in the league, the better he's gonna get. But that year when Ron Artest, like that year when he went up in the stands, low key, he was averaging 25, 7, 2 steals and 2 blocks.
And probably was defensive player of the year.
Oh, he was absolutely defensive player of the year.
Because Ben Wallace, I think Ben Wallace won it, but Ron Artest was up there.
No, he was first. I watched them go against the Lakers, bro. The number they did to Kobe, it was so bad. Like, imagine Kobe coming up, and you got prime Ron Artest. He guarding you, and off the switch off, you get switched off to Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
And then you call for another screen, you get switched off on Jamal Tinsley. That's mad goon action.
Right.
And when you go to the paint, you get whacked by Jermaine O'Neal.
Yep.
When Jermaine was figuring it out after the Portland Trailblazer years, like he was that guy. He was like 20 every night, no matter what, 20 and 10.
Right. I mean, that dude was good. And that's who the Knicks wanted in that draft too, by the way. The 1996 draft. The Knicks were like, we're not trading 3 first-round picks to get no Kobe Bryant. We want Jermaine O'Neal.
Oh my God! Don't say that,
bro. I was there.
You about to make State light another cigarette, man. Don't do that.
Cigarette,
bro. I was there. How do you? No disrespect to John Wallace. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
John Wallace, if you're watching, you are man. But I would trade John Wallace, Dante Jones, and Walter McCarty for Kobe Bryant 10 times out of 10. And most NBA fans would.
James Dolan a better man than me. He's still paying that man, John Wallace, to this day.
Yep.
I'm not keeping nobody in my organization from that long ago that was trash. I'm sorry. I'm not putting you no payroll. You got to actually get buckets in his uniform, man.
Right. And to be honest with you, I think John Wallace would do that deal. John Wallace would trade himself to the Lakers or to Charlotte for Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? But the Knicks wanted Jermaine O'Neal to go next to Pat.
So Breezy, top three what-ifs for the Knicks. I need you to answer all 3 to let me know if all 3 was true. The first one was the Knicks was supposed to trade for Mitch Richmond. And never went through back in the 90s.
Right.
The second one was Michael Jordan was going to come to the Knicks in 1996.
Yeah.
And the reason why Don Nelson had got fired because he tried to trade Patrick Ewing for Shaq.
Right. Well, no. Well, that one is not completely true. But yeah, it's something to that.
Okay, and the third one, what was it? Oh, the third one was okay. So back in the mid 80s,
Magic Johnson. Don't forget Magic Johnson to the Knicks in 1987.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking more of the Knicks draft pick that turned into Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, the older Paulinese pick.
So can you explain all 3, please? I need to. I need to know. I need to.
All right. So the Mitch Richmond thing was kind of odd because Mitch Richmond was hurt and he was wanting money.
Right.
So we like, man, one thing at a time with Mitch Richmond, right? So we wind up getting a young shooting guard from Detroit named Allen Houston, right? All right. So the Jordan thing was real. I think the Knicks offered Michael Jordan $35 million a year over 2 years, right?
Right.
But the Bulls offered Michael Jordan $30 million over 3 years.
Wow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so the deal was Shaq was going to sign with the Lakers unless Michael Jordan was going to sign with the Knicks. If Mike signed with the Knicks, then Shaq was coming, right? But they had to make room. They had to make room financially to sign Shaq, right? And so
Oh
the
my
Knicks
God.
had a deal in place with the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics were going to take Pat Ewing from us, right?
Oh my God.
So we was going to trade Pat to Boston, but we would have had a combination of Jordan and Shaq to go with the other guys that you saw. And they were going to take those 3 first-round picks who all made a lot of money. They didn't want to pay 3 first-round picks. They rather would have paid 1, right? The front office was saying, if you get Mike and Shaq, you need a shooter. So part of the front office wanted this guy from overseas that couldn't speak English named Peja Stojakovic, right? The Knicks front office was like, yo, this dude, he is a 6'10" shooter, but he's soft, right? All he could do is shoot. He don't do nothing else. He a scorer. And then there were people in the front office that were like, yo, if we gonna go get a high school kid, go get a high school big, because high school bigs at the time had an easier transition to the NBA. So they wanted to go get Jermaine O'Neal instead of Kobe Bryant. So when they found out they couldn't get Jermaine O'Neal, they just stayed pat and didn't trade up for Kobe Bryant. But at the time they didn't trade for Kobe Bryant, they also missed out on names like Steve Nash and other names who were also in that draft.
Ray Allen.
Yeah, Ray Allen, Stephon Marbury, Kerry Kittles, Allen Iverson.
Oh, you said Steve
Marcus Camby, all of them guys that came out in the '96 draft.
But at the time, I was going to ask Freezy. I don't think they would have done a really good job developing those guys because, for instance, Jermaine O'Neal took 3-4 years of seasoning, and at the time we were all in on winning. So guys like Marcus Camby fell to the wayside as casualties of that because we never really focused on developing. We just took.
But Dre, but here's my thing. Here's my counter to that because somebody said if we'd have got Kobe, he would not have been the Kobe that he was in LA.
We would have got him with MJ.
Yeah, right. This is my thing. Who better to train the next MJ than MJ?
Oh God!
And who is? And then here's the thing: who is the bigger dog, Michael Jordan or Kobe? Which one's gonna quit first? You think Kobe is gonna quit? In my mind, Kobe Bryant is the second best shooting guard of all time, and is closer than what people think. Right? I think he's closer to Mike than what people think. Right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing with Kobe. Right? If you think Kobe would have been a bust with the Knicks, then look at what they did with them 3 picks.
Look, man.
Why not take the risk?
Look,
why
man,
not take the risk? The 3
Freezy, if Jerry West say you nice, you nice. That's it.
Right.
If Jerry West says you're nice, you nice.
And he was selling out for Kobe. He was selling out for Kobe, bro.
Nah,
he was like, yo, I'll give everybody the next 5 drafts for Kobe, basically is what he was saying.
He's like, I see the star power right here in front of my eyes.
Right.
I'm going to trade you Vlade Divac right now, even though Vlade Divac was damn near an all-star. I'm going to give you him right now. Just give me Kobe. Now. I don't care. I don't care about whatever else you got going on. Just give me Kobe. Get out my way.
And
I'm going to make something with him.
About this. You'd have had Mike. You'd have had Mike and Kobe on your bench. Kobe wasn't ready, right? You still had the bread to sign Allen Houston, right? You'd have had Shaq at center.
Oh, my God.
Right? But the Knicks front office botched it up like they did the Donovan Mitchell deal. All these pieces were in play. The only thing where they messed up at is where it was like New York was like, take your time. There's plenty of fish in the sea, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Either you go take it or leave it.
No.
And you don't talk to the greatest player of all time like, no, take it or leave it.
Yo,
Take it or leave it to the guy that been torturing your franchise for like 10 years straight
And then won 3 more championships.
yo,
in front of you.
Right.
How do you not see? This is my thing with the Knicks. They have yet to, like, how can I put this? Like, in my lifetime, I watched at least 4 generational talents in free agency walk to LA in free agency.
Or force a trade there.
Or force a trade there. It is so tough being a Knicks fan at my age at this moment in time, because I'm so tired of every other team besides my team have the chance to watch a generational talent. There's one way the Knicks
Is
can.
Carmelo a generational talent?
Yes, but the problem with Carmelo Anthony was you amnestied the wrong person. And the reason why they amnestied the wrong person is because optics. Once again,
Right.
they did not want to amnesty Amari Stoudemire because Amari Stoudemire was the first All-Star that actually became.
God. Yeah,
So
man.
that's the reason why they didn't do that. And they should have. And they knew they should have. Just like right now.
What about after the amnesty, though?
What even after the amnesty, you still had a chance to build with Carmelo Anthony. And
You
missed
traded
out.
Chris
2
Paul.
firsts for Bargnani, man.
And
You traded
Thank you,
2
Leon
firsts.
Rose. Leon Rose did that. Leon Rose did that.
Leon Rose did that. But who was one of those first that we traded though? Do y'all remember? Do y'all
To
remember?
Toronto?
No, but what one of those first became? Like who one of those first became?
Oh, I know who that is.
Jamal Murray. That's one of those
Yep.
first that became.
Yep.
Another
Yep.
one of our first was used in a trade for Kawhi Leonard. One of our first back in the 80s, and Freezy, you didn't get to explain this one to both of us. This is the probably most infamous one, was back in the 80s when the Knicks had a chance to get Scottie Pippen. And from what I read was, I think the Knicks had a top pick somewhere.
Right.
Or they had to pick the previous season and they made a trade with the Bulls and they gave up their pick. And that pick was
the Bulls took Olden Polynice and traded him to Seattle for Scottie Pippen. Seattle Supersonics drafted Scottie Pippen, and on draft day, Chicago traded the rights to Olden Polynice to Seattle for the rights to Scottie Pippen to Chicago. But here's the thing about Pippen though. Nobody knew how good he really was. Right?
He was like a project, wasn't he? Like, because he grew so fast.
Yeah, he tested off the charts. Yeah. Like he tested off the charts. Like during the point guard, here's the thing. During the point guard, he did the big, the wing. He did all 5 positions. He did all the drills and was the best player in all the drills. Right? But at the time, he didn't play for a blue blood. Remember?
He was from a small school, very small school.
Yeah. So you didn't have tape against real competition for him. And then the year before, and this is where the Knicks messed up. The year before, they drafted a dude named Kenny Skywalker that tested off the charts, just like Scottie Pippen. Was the same size, the same athletic profile, and the Knicks got him in camp, and he was trash.
It is so. The Knicks draft blunders. Is any one of our draft blunders do that compare to a draft blunder, for example, like drafting DeAndre Ayton over Luka Doncic? Does any one of our draft blunders is worse like that, or we're still?
Yes.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah. I'll give you an example. When we drafted Frank.
Oh my God.
Right, when we drafted Frank,
and
no disrespect to Frank or Frank Ntilikina fans,
those exist still.
Right. But in that draft, the whole draft was a bunch of weirdos. Right, the whole draft was weird, bro.
Yeah.
Remember, Philly had the 3 pick. They traded up to number 1 to take Markelle Fultz.
Oh my God!
When Jason Tatum was there. Right? right? Think about this.
Tatum, Ben Simmons, Embiid, with Jimmy Butler.
Right. Think about Philly. Think about what Philly did, right? Philly drafted Jahlil Okafor over Kristaps Porzingis and Devin Booker, right? They talk about trust the process. No, I don't trust no process, bro. I don't trust no process, right? Because Philly, right to this day, could have had Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, or Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, Nerlens Noel, Dario Saric, Rashawn Holmes, and Robert Covington.
Don't forget Jeremy Grant now. They definitely did draft Jeremy Grant.
And before that, before the process, right? That was their young core. That could have been their young core after the process, right? Think about their young core before the process. Andre Iguodala, Lou Williams, Mo Harkless,
Michael Carter,
Vucevic, Michael Carter Williams, all these dudes together. So you're gonna get rid of Iguodala, Lou Williams, Michael Carter Williams, who they ruined, by the way, because Michael Carter Williams won Rookie of the Year, and then all of a sudden they tried to change who he is as a player.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. That's like what's his name?
Tyreek Evans.
Yeah, Tyreek Evans. He could have been a top 10 PG all the time.
You know who else they did that to, State? They also did that to Evan Turner.
Yeah.
Evan Turner comes into the league as a Brandon Roy type player. Philly like, no, we want you to 3-and-D.
That's not his game.
That's not even his game.
It's not. That's nowhere near his game. His game is playing on ball, creating some offense.
Right.
And you gotta actually like run some offense through him.
Remember, their backcourt used to be Michael Carter. I used to play with him on 2K. Michael Carter Williams and Evan Turner was their backcourt.
It's because they saw some point forward in him, so they were like, "Oh, we got to turn him into Iggy."
Yeah,
and that's not him.
When all they had to do was keep Iggy.
Yeah.
Because they traded Iguodala and Vucevic in the same deal, sending them to different places. In the Dwight Howard deal, they sent Vucevic to Orlando and Iguodala to Denver.
Wow, I forgot. They had mad draft picks, man. yo, whoever's in their scouting department, they was on the song. They just
in a bag. It was in a bag.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you're a Knicks fan, think about this. If you're a Knicks fan, look at all the talent in your division. Right? Look how the Celtics manipulated Philly to get Jason Tatum. Right? Look how they waited patiently and grabbed Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, they manipulated the Nets for Jaylen Brown.
Right.
And they both almost dropped 40 tonight.
Right. And the deal, what's the power forward they had to do that's an old man, but he not old.
Al Horford?
No, the dude from Georgia Tech. The dude that played power forward at Georgia Tech after Chris Bosh. He played for OKC right now. Favors, DeMarco.
Derrick Favors.
Derrick Favors. Yeah, Derrick Favors. Right? Think about all the time.
I thought he was gonna be nice too when he was on the Nets. I thought he was gonna be nice, and he never really panned out.
Unfortunate situations where he should have been a franchise player, but he went to playoff thirsty teams. Yeah. He was always a young player.
He was supposed to be a 20 and 10 guy. You're supposed to be a 20 and 10 guy, no matter what.
Yeah.
And you just.
But how you gonna be that and you coming off the bench for Brooklyn?
Yeah, NBA
behind Kevin Garnett.
NBA passed the ball.
NBA politics undefeated.
Yeah, man. And so, but the point I was gonna get at is as a Knicks fan, think about all the talent you see go to teams in our division, and you gonna walk your ass up there with a card and say Frank Ntilikina. Think about what I'm saying.
But Freezy, we're supposed to be drafting a guard for the triangle offense. He's the perfect triangle offense guard.
Except he wasn't.
Even if you wanted to draft Frank, right? I think the I think the underlying factor was us keeping Phil Jackson for one more year. I think we should have just kept that. See, Dolan, if there was one mistake he did within the past decade, it was firing Phil Jackson right after he drafted Frank. Because I had a feeling that he was going to go into that next season. He was going to make Kristaps sit. He was going to tank. He was going to tank hard again. But this time when he tanked, he's going to make sure we was getting in that top 5. Because I would have bet my bottom dollar he'd have been on Luka. I'd have bet my bottom dollar for that. And knowing the type of president that Phil is, Phil would have went up in the podium. So, look, we're building for the future and this, that, and third. And nobody would have batted a word. But you know what? Knicks fired him. We bring back Steve Mills. Steve Mills sees the draft workout with Kevin Knox, and the rest is history.
Oh God.
Another draft. Like, how do you not? Here's my thing too about the Knicks too. Like, they don't never want to trade up. Like, I'm so tired of that. I don't know, man. Leon Rose.
I mean, they want to trade up when it's too late, and we got to give up 30 million picks to move up 5 spots. That's the only time we want to trade up for like Jaden Ivey or something.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The point that I want to get to with the Frank thing, right?
Yeah.
The thing with Frank is if you wanted Frank that bad, you could have traded back in the draft and still got Frank.
Yeah.
Right. But if Frank was off the board, you know who you could have took to play in a triangle? OG Anunoby at 23. You drafted Frank at 8.
The thing is,
OG Anunoby went at 23.
Thing is, Freezy, Dallas was bluffing about taking Frank. They were bluffing the whole time. Because remember, they flew out guys and scouts, and Don Nelson was like, "Oh, I really like Frank Ntilikina," blah, blah, blah. Like, they were bluffing about it. That's why they kind of scared us into taking him.
But the thing though is Dre is this going into a draft, you can't just have one guy on your draft board.
That's a fact.
That means you ain't did your homework.
That's
right. Because think about it. So if you trade back to 23 and you don't like OG Anunoby, right? You still could have took Kyle Kuzma. You still could have took Derek White. You still could have took Josh Hart, right? You still could have took, what's the other name I saw at? You still could have took Isaiah Hartenstein, Damian Dotson, Dylan Brooks. You could have took
some pieces out there, man.
Monte Morris, Kadeem Allen was still out there, bro. Come on.
Yo, you know we traded up in a draft to draft RJ Barrett's Mans and Iggy Brasdingas instead of going to get Ball. Like little stuff like that.
Yep.
Little stuff like that is
it's where karma come back to bite you, bro.
We don't have we have a problem identifying high ceiling talent. We just identify like low ceiling talent, like guys that can play right this second. But we can't get the guy that's going to be a project monster in 2-3 years down the line that you have to wait for and develop correctly.
Right.
I think
I'll give you an example, Dre. We drafted Obi Toppin, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what's the name me and Uncle Freezy was throwing that in the chat? In here?
Halliburton?
Nope. Jaden McDaniels.
Yep.
You know Jaden McDaniels on the
team. You know what's funny? A couple like a week ago, he was going against Luka and he was giving Luka Luka could not get by him. Luka couldn't do nothing against him on defense. To the point he got kicked out the game.
Yep.
He got ejected. I think it was against the Wolves. Jaden McDaniels was giving him so many problems on defense that he got ejected from arguing with the refs in the third quarter.
Right. And so then so the very next year, right? The very next year, the Knicks take Kevin Knox at 9, right? All right, so you wasn't going to be able to move up to get Marvin Bagley at 2. You wasn't going to get Luka at 3. You wasn't going to get Jaren Jackson at 4. You wasn't going to get Trey at 5. But at 6, teams were listening, right? So Mo Bamba goes 6. I'm not saying take Mo Bamba at 6, right? I'm not saying take Mo Bamba at 6, but if you trade up though, if you trade up in the draft, you can at least get Wendell Carter, right? But we get Knox. We take Knox at 9, and then Philly right at the most
Could have had
disappointing
Miles
thing on
Bridges.
draft day.
Wow.
Philadelphia drafts Mikal Bridges, right? Y'all know Mikal Bridges is from Philly, and his mom worked for the 76ers for 30 years, and they drafted her son and traded him to Phoenix on draft night.
And he's the perfect type of player you want around Embiid, man. Perfect type of player.
But at the time, I was saying, and me state Free Keith on Twitter, right? I'm like, yo, if you're gonna gamble on a project, you got to take Michael Porter Jr. If you're gonna gamble on a project, that's what I was saying. But if Michael Porter Jr. was off the board, I was like, I really like Knox. I don't know if he'll develop here.
Yeah,
and we drafted Knox, and he didn't develop here.
He didn't.
Like my fault state, but everything happening with Miles Bridges now, but we should have still took Miles Bridges. Even if we were going to sign 8 power forwards, we still should have took Miles Bridges.
Because he was the most athletic dude in the building.
Yeah.
At the time, we didn't have athletes. At the time, our best athlete was Noah Vonleh, Mario Hezonja.
That's true. But you still could have. So here's another route. You could have took MPJ, sat him for a season.
Yep.
You could have sat Porzingis that very next season too.
Yep.
You could have tanked again, and you could have sold fans. Look, listen. Porzingis hurt, MPJ hurt. Y'all got to just take one more season of beats. Y'all just got one more season of just butt kickings.
Yeah,
we're gonna be fine. You go into that next season. Guess who you get right after?
Hey, well, let me do the dot right there. Okay, so you go into the next season after you have the worst team in Knicks history, right? Because your 2 best players are redshirting, basically. State, that's what you said. They redshirting. They're not coming back. They're not playing at all.
They're not playing at all.
So they redshirting, basically.
Yep.
So then you go into the thing. You know the league is not giving you the number 1 pick.
No.
So you pick number 2. Right. And so guess who you take at number 2 in the RJ draft to go with Michael Porter Jr. and Kristaps Porzingis?
Not possible because Conley was leaving Memphis, and you know how money plays.
Yeah.
So we got that money talk, man. Memphis.
I think we'd have took Ja. I think we'd have got the number 2 pick.
Man, if we had Ja, he would have had his signature shoe 2 years ago.
2 years ago, bro. Yo, can you imagine a team of Porzingis, Ja, and Michael Porter Jr.?
Nah, I can't. Me personally, nah, I can't. But I know the NBA. The NBA is like they're not giving us Ja. Like the Ja was gonna be the Memphis Grizzlies, like whether we like it or not. Like, that's the multiverse. That's the multiverse.
Hey, so I heard back channel talk, and hear me out, Dre. I know what Dre gonna say. That's impossible, Uncle Freezy. I heard back channel talk that the Grizzlies had to be talked into Ja Morant, right? Because another dude in this draft, another point guard in this draft class played college basketball in Tennessee at Vanderbilt and was lighting things up. They wanted Darius Garland. And people had to talk them into taking a chance on a small school guy that was putting up highlight reel stuff. Darius Garland was the safe play. They're like, yo, we could just transition straight from Mike Conley to Darius Garland and we won't miss a beat.
Same type of guard too. Slight, skilled,
right,
fast.
Right. Yep.
Play a little bit of defense.
Yep.
Ambidextrous.
And if they had taken Darius Garland, the rest of the entire NBA would be different right now.
Yeah.
The Knicks probably would have only lost 5 games so far.
I disagree. But
you disagree? You don't think you don't like Ja and Randle and
I hate that combination.
Donovan Mitchell? Because that's probably who we would have as opposed to Brunson.
I hate that combination, bro.
Oh, Ja and Spider Mitchell?
John Spider-Man?
Randle.
Stay on stage.
I hate that combination. And to get Donovan Mitchell, they was talking about us trading RJ Barrett. So you probably would have had to talk about John Morant. You know we're not giving up John Morant that
No,
deal.
you're not giving up John Morant.
So that's why it's like, whatever multiverse you trying to drag me in with you, like I'm trying to go there with you, but I can't.
Regardless, it wouldn't have happened because John Morant would have got hit with the Supermax extension before them Donovan Mitchell trade talks.
Yeah.
That 197 over 5 years would have been dropped.
Done.
But you could have made. See, that's what's so crazy about the MPJ thing, right? Because you could have redshirted Porzingis, redshirted MPJ, then you could have drafted RJ. You could have sold fans on whatever you're trying to do that offseason. You could have went over the cap. You still could have signed Julius Randle if you wanted. You could have went over the cap, re-signed Porzingis. Say to him, look, listen, you big fat crying baby. You're going to shut the hell up, forget your brother, and you're going to shut up and you're going to wait until you're fully healthy, and then we want you to come back. So hypothetically speaking.
But he was traded before RJ, though.
Who?
They were never on the roster at the same time.
I know, but in this scenario I'm thinking of, Porzingis is not gone.
Okay.
He's still here. But you're still firing Steve Mills. Like
so
in this multiverse, you draft MPJ, right? But instead of trading Porzingis at that deadline, you instead fire Steve Mills.
Or reassign him. You know we're not firing Steve Mills. We just reassign him.
So you reassign him, right? Yeah. You still get Leon Rose. You still draft RJ Barrett, right? You can still get Julius Randle if you want to. You don't necessarily have to, but he was the best power forward on the market. You want to play Porzingis at Sunday. They fit together. Then you could have went into that very next season. MPJ, remember that his second year, he didn't come back until like game 60. So you could have still tanked low key, brought along MPJ and Porzingis slowly. Then you could have tried to go.
Wait, slow down. You moving too fast. So who do you draft in 2020?
Oh, you know I'm going for LaMelo, baby. That's when that year is when you say,
this is when it all come together.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you say, I'm pushing all my chips to the table for LaMelo Ball.
Okay.
The house.
That's the reason why you redshirting, because the prize is LaMelo.
Yes. But you got to endure the first 3 years of that. And Porzingis has to, he really has to sit down and really get healthy.
Right.
I would have did that. That's foresight.
Right.
6'8" point guards.
Right.
See LaMelo. Now, if we had a draft, LaMelo, Zion, Palau, Ja Morant, Booker, SG. I don't know how many players I'm taking over a 6'8" point guard. I'm sorry. That's just me.
How do you feel about Josh Giddey?
I was bullish on Giddey at first. I didn't know if his game would transfer over.
About him, like Dre, something about him told me he was going to be elite.
Right.
I just didn't know how fast it was going to be. But knowing the fact that he averages a triple-double versus the Knicks, and Uncle Freezy, if you don't believe me, you can go to StatMoose right now and type it in. I'm not going to say generational point guard, but I'm going to say he's an all-star caliber player.
You're going to make you're going to make 4 or 5 of them by the time his career is over.
If they was to trade SGA, they would be in good hands. They'd be in great hands. Probably even I'd rather put the ball in Giddey hands than SGA. To play with.
Hey, I like Trey Man.
I like Trey Man too, but who you like more, Giddey or no? Because easily that's LaMelo. Who you like more, LaMelo or Ja?
LaMelo.
You see, LaMelo.
I like Ja more than LaMelo.
I like Ja. I'm not saying that I dislike either. but you put me in that spot of making me pick.
Having a pick. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying I dislike one versus the other.
I feel like Melo's game gonna age way better though in the long
I got
run.
another question for y'all. Speaking of LaMelo Ball, would you trade a top 5 pick this year for him?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll trade top 5 pick, IQ Grimes. Take what you want, man. I'll get a couple of them first, man. Plus that top 5, like it ain't much thinking.
I want something so special to happen for the Knicks, like some crazy, out of this world, out of pocket, like magical trade.
Like all you need with LaMelo, all you need is LaMelo and like 2 athletes on your team, and that's it. Like, 2 guys that can just go get the ball. That's it.
Hey, and here's the athlete. Here's the athlete that you go get. Taylor Hendricks.
Oh,
who?
Man.
Who? Who? Say it was like who? Bro.
Hey, look, man. YouTube is
bro.
Your friend,
State. I'm telling you, this kid, once he becomes a Knick, all the Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin stuff that people was talking about, it'll be like how fast Kevin Knox disappeared from your memory, bro. 6'9" athlete that can shoot it, play make a little bit as a roll man.
He better than roll
man. He's skinny, can jump. But this dude,
pogo stick legs, man.
Statistically, he's the best player in college basketball.
You like him more than Gigi?
Well, I'm going to go watch Gigi this week. Okay. You know I'm in South Carolina.
I need the scouting report on Gigi.
Bro, the most talented raw player in the draft.
All right. I knew I wasn't bugging because I was watching the game and like he specifically stood off the screen. Like specifically. And he moved like Jaron
he's 17, right?
17?
I think he turned 18 in December. He turned 18 this month.
You see how big that kid is?
Freezy, it's like it's almost like every generation it takes turns where like the premier position, what was it in the 80s and 90s was center, then it turned into like a shooting guard league, and it turned into a small forward. It's going to be a power forward league next. Yeah, because all these power forwards coming into the league in the last 3-4 years going forward, but I'm saying like power forwards now have way more skills than like past eras of power forwards where you're not even like thinking about them being a power forward. They're just a forward that can do a whole bunch of things.
They're the hybrid wings. They're the hybrid wing players that we've been covering for a long time.
Like,
but this cat Gigi Jackson, bro.
Yo.
I think he's going to be in the top 10 of mock drafts by the end of the season.
This draft. I've never seen so many number 1 picks in one draft. Like, sir, help my God, whoever gets the 2nd overall pick. Because this is one of those drafts, you can't get that pick wrong.
No,
you can't get that 2nd overall pick. Let's say, for example, somebody picks Scoop.
Oh, man.
Them Thompson twins, man. I don't know which twin they said. It was a generational defender. I think they said the other twin.
Osor is a generational defender.
They said Osor is a generational defender.
Right. The other one's a generational passer.
And Amen is a 6'7" true point guard.
Right.
What bounce?
Elite bounce, bro.
Yo, you know what I would do if the Knicks got a top 5 pick? I would trade the rest of my roster. Like, I would get a lot of these dudes out of there just to get even more help. Like,
that's what Freezy was like. If we were to go that route, you wiping the slate clean at that point.
Because you got Brunson. Think about it like this: you got Brunson, RJ. You see, I ain't named nobody. You got Brunson, RJ, Mitchell Robinson. That's your slate right there. Because I know a team gonna call for Randle. Somebody gonna call for Randle or offer a top 10 pick.
Right.
That's a fact. And
Right.
it's gonna be a team like OKC, one of those teams that they already got their Supermax player. They're not trying to bring in no more young boys. They already got enough young boys. All right, let's bring in this 2010 and 5 dude. The Knicks got Obi Toppin. He's gonna cost way less.
Right.
And you never know who we could draft. So
Right.
I don't know, man.
It's gonna
I
be a
think-
move like how the Kings went and got old boy Sabonis. Where they were like,
And
okay,
listen, I'm gonna say this to y'all. Real quick. And listen, for those fans of the channel that's wondering, like when I get into this, keep in mind this is scenario based. This is not me saying that this is what I want to do. I'm just following along with the conversation, right? State, you got to put the disclaimers out there because people will play a clip and put it on Twitter. I got receipts. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put the disclaimer out there. Yo, if the Knicks gave me the task of wiping the slate clean, bro, and starting all over, man, I'm trading everybody for Amen Thompson, bro. See, because I won't be able to get Scoop, right? And I probably won't be able to get, I might not be able to get Nick Smith, right? I might not be able to get Anthony Black, right? My alternative to the Thompson twins is Nick Smith and Anthony Black, right? But I really want the Thompson twins, bro. Because the shooting guard is crazy. The dude blocked a center shot and was yelling to the top of his lungs in the dude's face.
Yeah, that showed he got that dog in him.
Yes.
And the craziest stuff right now is the shooting guard position is the weakest position in the NBA.
Right.
It's due for an arm shot.
An infusion.
Yeah, it's due for one. Because it's a lot of, now when I heard Dre talk about like power forwards, it's a lot of small forwards going into the power forward position because the center position now is required to do other things. Right. That's why even across the league, like block shots per game total on teams, everything is lower.
Right.
A lot of teams is not really playing close to the rim like that no more. Well, you got your Embiid, you got your Jokic, but Embiid and Jokic
even they taking threes, man. So
yeah, they're not going to win no championship unless one of their wings turn up in the playoffs.
Right. Like an Andrew Wiggins type show up from out of nowhere type deal.
Yeah. Like
you got to have it like that.
Yeah. And Wiggins, he made Jason Tatum in the finals look like James Posey. Like he took Tatum out of the finals.
Yep. Yep. And Tatum looked shook too, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Jaylen Brown was putting in that work.
But say, let me finish this. Let me say this real quick. So I'm with you, bro. If I'm tasked, bro, I'm going after the Thompson twins right away. Right? If I can't get Vic and I can't get Scoop, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I think the competition for number 2 is closer than what people think. Right? I know Scoop would be the number 1 pick in any other draft.
Oh, that is a fact. Right? That is a fact.
And for my money, I think Scoot is going to have an Allen Iverson type impact on the NBA from day one.
Immediate.
You taking Scoot over LaMelo? You taking Scoot over LaMelo?
Yes.
You think he's that good?
I think he's going to be 26 points a game from day one.
Dog, he's like Chris Paul, but with hyper athleticism. Out of weight. Like
I'm telling you.
He has more of a scorer's mentality. Like
AI or Scoop?
Freezy.
Scoop.
Allen Iverson is my favorite player of all time. That is my favorite basketball.
I'm gonna say Scoop because
all I'm saying is if the Knicks get Scoop, I could see him wearing 3 in the Garden.
Yo, why would we draft Scoot though? Like why? Like why would we draft?
You don't like 31 points a game?
I like 6'7" guards who play both sides of the ball. That's what I like.
I know.
I love.
I know, but wait a minute. Who's your favorite player again?
My
Got
big
you.
player.
Because here's the thing, I need to because you said, for the record, Your Honor, may I please go back to the record, just what was said. He said, Uncle Freezy, you know I love Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
He's my
that's
favorite player of all time.
All time.
And then in the same paragraph, you said, you know I like 6'7" guards that can play both sides of the ball. And in my mind, like is not as strong as love. Love is stronger than like. Right? Dre, am I wrong?
You're making a lot of sense to me right now, boss.
So even if he could get Amen Thompson, he would like Amen Thompson, but he would love Scoot Henderson wearing number 3 in the Garden.
Hey, look. If we had, it's something about them 6'2", 6'3" guards dominating the game. It just looks different. It just looks different. It feels different.
And for the record, I don't think he's 6'3" either.
Nah,
Every time I see him, I'm like, this
he's like 6'1" at best. But he plays bigger because he's just so athletic.
Which shoes on, bro?
He's just so athletic. He just plays bigger. Like I saw him do, like I saw a clip of him. He decelerated, did a half step, and still dunked the ball in traffic with one hand on someone's head, like at a 6-foot guard. Like that didn't even make sense, bro.
And right now at the moment in the G League, he's averaging 27 and 7.
That is scary, bro.
27 and 7. So how that equates to me in his first year, 25 points a game off rip in the NBA.
Yo, whatever team, I hope Orlando, because the NBA owes it to the Knicks, bro. Like if we're not in the playoffs this year, bro, like they better. I need a top 5.
If we not in the playoffs, a different front office is drafting.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait because they're not going to do something stupid like draft Julius Randle's backup. That is one of the biggest, dumbest moves I've seen in draft history from the New York Knicks.
Like if you're gonna do that, make sure Julius Randle is traded. Why would you? Triple down
and re-signed them like that. Like people don't, Uncle Freezy, like,
and then sign Taj Gibson on top.
People don't understand how bad of a job Leon Rose is doing. Like, I think they won't understand until he's fired. I think everybody's still living off the almighty fourth.
This front office tries to make everyone happy. That's the reason why you see all these confusing moves. That doesn't really signify which direction we're going in. They just try to make everybody happy within the front office. Everybody has a voice. Everybody wants to do this. Everybody wants this. Like it doesn't make sense. You got to pick a direction, bro. You can't just do this.
You gotta pick direction.
You can't just do this. I'm a try to compete right now, but not really compete, but kind of compete. And then I'm going to have like a bunch of role players out here, but nobody with a real ceiling to take us nowhere. But we got young players out here, but you know what I'm saying? Like we're competing with young guys, but who of these young guys do we see being a perennial all-star?
None.
Dre, I'm telling you, bro, in this scenario, I'm cleaning slate, bro.
I would trade, Dre. I would trade all of it. I'm not trading RJ Barrett because I feel like he's a good. He don't need to be your face, but he's a good explementary piece.
Goodbye.
I'm not trading Brunson. I like Brunson. I like those two.
Goodbye.
But you naming 2 positions that would basically infringe on, unless you drafting a power forward or a center. If you drafting the next guy that's going to be the face of your franchise,
State trying to come out the draft with Kal-El Ware.
I would. So if I'm starting off with RJ and Brunson, I'm still drafting Scoot. Brunson is not stopping me drafting Scoot Henderson.
Okay, then I'm trading. Then I'm trading Brunson if I'm drafting Scoot.
That's not. You don't got to trade Brunson. Why?
Why? Out the gate, Scoot is playing 36 minutes a night, bro.
No,
36.
No, because
No, you
Tibbs
can't.
How we averaging 26, Freezy? If he's not playing a ton of minutes.
Shots. I'm like, hey, big dog, you not starting off the rip, you coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? I got to start because Dre. The thing is, and listen, I had to self-correct while I was sitting here listening to you guys. For one, if you blow it up, you still need big contracts in order to meet the salary floor, right? So why not just keep some of the guys you got for continuity, right? Like why not keep Randle? Why not keep Brunson? Why not keep RJ? They get you to say within $15 million of the salary floor, and then you can bring in the Thompson twins and Gigi Jackson.
I'm not under no circumstance if the Knicks don't make the playoffs this year. There's no multiverse where I'm bringing Julius Randle back to the Knicks next season.
Randle is not the bad piece, bro.
It's not about him being the bad piece, but when you draft Obi Toppin, who's going to cost way less, and you're actually not competing for a championship, there's absolutely no point in this team going into the luxury tax. And with all due respect to Julius Randle, if I'm Julius, I'm 29 going on 30. Where's this team going to be in like a year or so?
Hey,
We're not going nowhere with him.
I'm gonna say this to your point. Julius Randle might be statistically the best power forward to ever suit up for the Knicks.
He ain't trying to hear that.
Dre, where did I tell a lie?
That's all a fact.
Statistically, Julius Randle may be the best power forward to ever suit up for the Knicks.
2010-5.
20-5, bro. Who's better than him? Oakley with 14 and 10?
Yo, I'm about to start going back to hating Randle again, yo. That was one of the most blasphemous things.
Why is it's only blasphemous if you hate Randle? But if you're a Knicks lover, if you love the Knicks, you got to go back over the years and try to find a power forward in our history that played power forward primarily that's better than Julius Randle.
Who won? Was they winning?
I don't want to say if they were winning because it's different. Because Charles Oakley was winning, but he wasn't the reason why we were winning. Dave DeBusschere was winning, but he wasn't the sole purpose why we were winning. Right? Julius Randle, some would say, has been the best player on this team for these 4 years.
And look where that got us.
Right. I know. But state, just imagine this. Imagine Charles Oakley's numbers without Patrick Ewing.
Oof.
They would have traded him.
They would have, but I don't see like Randle cool and all, but the Knicks they really messed up, yo. They really messed up. They really messed up when they just drafted Obi Toppin and did not trade Randle. Because on one hand, you want to trade Randle,
right?
But on the other hand, how can you trade a dude that led you to your first playoff appearance in 8 years? So optics is at play here. And then on another hand, how are you going to trade somebody who signed to the agency where your super boss used to work for? So this is why, to me, Freezy, it's not about winning. Okay. It's about trying to prove themselves to be right. Like, bro, I know Randle's having a great season, but, bro, we're 18 and 17. Why is having a great season? It's not equaling to winning. It's not conducive to winning. So if it's not conducive to winning, me personally, I would like to move on. We had 4 years of this.
I understand that.
You're going to need 5.
But that's not even what I was saying to you or debating, bro. I'm with you. What I'm saying though is, outside of Spencer Haywood, who you probably never even heard of.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, Spencer
That
Haywood.
dude.
He won a chip with the Lakers. He used to play for the Sonics, right? He was a dude that came straight from high school and fought the NBA and got the high school rule broken. Spencer Haywood. He in the Hall of Fame. He averaged like 20 a game, right? For us, he averaged about 17 a game. So his number's not even close to Randle, bro. And they played at a faster pace when he was here. And I think he may have taken more shots per game than Randle.
I mean, you selling me a good one. If we was
My man took 17 shots a game.
You giving me a good case right now on court, but
I'm saying his place as a Knick. If Randle makes it through the All-Star break, he will have played more games as a Knick than he has with any other team. Randle is a Knick, bro. He is. Randle is a Knick.
Yo, we in the era of mid. Yo, we're gonna look back at this era, and I'm really going to say, I'm like 5 years from now, I'm really going to ask you, like, yo, Freezy, why did we watch 6 years of this nonsense? Like, what was the point?
You could say the same for like the last 20 years, period.
Right, and State, I don't know if you remember our conversations on Twitter, but we were saying the same thing about Porzingis.
No, but see, Porzingis is a 7'3" gargantuan who could block shots.
Unicorn. But at that size, he couldn't rebound.
Okay.
Randle is a rebounder, bro. Randle gets inside and mucks it up and grabs rebounds, bro.
Whoop-de-doo for Randle, man. I'm happy for him.
Who's a better 3-point shooter, Randle or Porzingis?
Like right now, I think it's probably Randle. Randle's been on fire from three lately.
For their career.
For their career, it might be Porzingis for their career, for sure.
I'm gonna look it up right now, bro.
It might be Porzingis for his career. I still take Porzingis over Randle. I don't know if that's your debate. Where that's debate is going.
Yeah, for his career, he's shooting 35% from three. This year, he's shooting 33% from three. Right. You know, and my man is shooting at 7'3". He's shooting 46% from the floor and 79% from the free throw line. Right. And my man has been in the NBA 7 seasons.
It's been that long.
Delano, I don't even have Pascal and Randle combos anymore. Like I've been told, Knicks fans, like Pascal is like 3
6
levels.
seasons. I'm sorry.
It's not even a fair comparison trying to compare Randle to Pascal Siakam. Like we don't compare NBA champions to peons. Like let's stop.
And Pascal Siakam has played with better players for most of his career.
I mean,
you can't really debate that though.
I can't.
Kawhi.
Yo, what is
I was waiting for you to say nah, because even before Kawhi, he was playing with Lowry and DeRozan.
Yeah, that's the fact. Yo, what is with? See, like, shout outs to Jay, man. Jay from Florida, man. Like, when you write idiotic stuff like Grimes is better than RJ Barrett, this is the issue with the fan base now. It's like we don't know what we have in front of us until it's gone.
Wait a minute, you debating that?
Am I?
Are you debating that Grimes is not better than RJ?
Yo, I know. Freezy, I'm going to sleep. Freezy,
I just wanted to hear it. I just couldn't.
People are actually saying that, like, earnestly.
Freezy, I'm not. I can't do it no more. I can't.
Are you saying RJ Barrett is better than Quentin Grimes?
Yo, he's the best player on the Knicks, man. Why is we even debating this?
I had to pull this microphone up, make sure everybody can hear me.
Yo, RJ was hurt the first. Like, ain't it a coincidence? Luka scores 60, 20, and 10 in the same game. RJ's hurt. Like, y'all gotta stop this. Matter of fact,
Next game when RJ's out, who we play next? The Spurs. I'm
Spurs.
putting the over on Devin Vassell over 30. Now I'm gonna let you continue this Quentin Grimes agenda. We going about to
Me?
have fun. We about to have
Hold on, State. Not me.
No, not you. I'm
Okay,
saying you as in
because I called them a ham sandwich. I was
No.
just kidding, and fans hate it, bro.
Nah,
They hate that I called them a ham sandwich.
They were in your phone tonight, huh? Freezy, 14 texts.
Yeah, they in my phone. Yeah, 14 text messages.
Yeah, he's a chopped cheese for one game. Until I watched Frank Ntilikina give me 20 and 10.
Bradley Beal. He sauced
not-
up Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal fell down.
Fans kill me.
Yeah.
I better not wake up the people at me about
Dre, that was a meme. Dre, and our thing, people legit had the ISO clip of Frank saucing up Bradley Beal. That was in our thread, bro.
Yo, Quentin Ntilikina. This is why I'm with Quentin Ntilikina, man. We love him. We think he's gonna be something he's not. Most he's gonna be is Danny Green, man.
Oh wow, State, come on, man. That's mad disrespectful.
Highest lower ceiling Danny Green, middle ceiling Michael Finley, highest ceiling Michael Redd.
Michael Redd was a baller though.
Yeah, Michael Redd was a hooper. I love Michael Redd growing up.
Mike Finley was an elite athlete until he messed up his knee.
He was a hooper too. I think Grimes is an athlete too. He just doesn't show it because our coach is stupid. Yeah, like if we had any other coach, Quickly would be bombing. Quickly should have at least 8 3-point attempts per game. He does not have that. Grimes, why is he?
Hey, his shot is off, bro. Hey, State, his shot is off. His elbow is flicking before his wrist, and it's putting a weird spin him until he get in the gym and get that right. His shot is gonna stay off, bro. Right, his shot is gonna stay off because he putting line drive on the ball instead of touch on the ball. It's like Mitchell Robinson free throws, except from 3, kind of.
Nah, Mitch. It's funny because Mitchell Robinson has been a better free throw shooter lately.
Right.
Quickly,
the shots are on target. They just get there too, man.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Quickly. I think the trade rumors is affecting him a little bit. That's just me personally. I just think he got a lot of stuff on his mind.
Right.
Yeah, I think those trade rumors is getting to him.
I thought so too.
I think that just the players in general, they're trying to fight for Tibbs, but shout outs to Brunson, like he's being a good soldier. But I'm sorry, Brunson, like any team that has Jalen Brunson trying to close, you should be trying to tank. And we all us three watched various games this season where Brunson tried to close, he could not close. Freezy, the end of our season happened the other night.
I saw
when I watched Quentin Grimes step up to the free throw line, look nervous, missed 2 straight. Yep. Brunson come up, next play, thirsty, calling for the ball instead of giving it to RJ Barrett. Gets the ball, comes up, misses 2 straight. Dre, season is done. We might as well call all the Army vets back. We might as well get our hard hats ready because we about to go tanking, baby. After we lose the Rockets,
I'm about to put on fatigues and Timbs like Nas in '94.
Wow.
You got the camo jacket ready?
Yeah.
Wow.
Army lining.
All right. As long as we got the camos, we got the 30 belows, the Timberlands, yo, we ready for war, baby. I'm telling you,
get some Carhartts. If you ain't got
because you know the best part about this tank gonna be Quentin Grimes gonna be playing hella minutes. Mitch gonna be playing hella minutes. Their values is only gonna go up because Mitch and Grimes and all those boys, they ain't stopping me from trading their asses for tops and picking this year's draft.
Okay.
Anybody, those twins is on there. I'm picking up the phone, man. Leon Rose got to do something, man. I want something innovative.
Okay.
I'm not trying to I don't care about that continuity bullcrap anymore. I need changes. He ran with that since COVID, since the COVID season. So
Continuity to what though? Like a second round exit is the best we can do.
I don't
Like,
even know if this team. But to be honest with you, Brody, the Knicks is going to the lottery, and I don't think Leon Rose going to make a trade. So we're going to continue to lose. Are you ready to be? Are you ready for this losing streak we about to go on? Because we already got 4 out the way. It's going to hit at least. If Freezy going to hit me up 2 weeks from now, he's going to be like, "Yo, stay."
Yo, I told you. You was right, bro.
Yo, we're going to lose at least like 10 straight. We're going to lose at least 10 straight. We're going to lose out the rest
that's
of
got to
the year.
be a record after like winning 8 in a row to lose that many in a row.
We're going to lose like 10 straight.
I think we're gonna beat the Rockets. Like the Rockets, maybe one.
I think we're gonna beat. I think we're gonna beat the brakes off them, bro.
Yo.
I think we can.
Jalen Brunson not going to be in that game, nor is RJ Barrett. Freezy,
Okay.
we're going to get punched in the face.
Oh
And
my
that
god.
center, at Sangoon, you thought
He a baller. He a baller.
Yo, you thought what Vujacic was doing it to Mitchell Robinson. Wait till we get a load of this kid. Who guarded Jalen Green? Quentin Ntilikina?
Nobody can guard him, bro. He just can't shoot. Nobody can guard that dude.
Yo, we about to get smoked, yo. I already see
I
it.
Just be happy Jalen Brunson's not trying to guard KPJ because that's not going to be fun.
I don't want to see Jalen Brunson until late January, bro. You see, I asked a nurse at my job about like lower back injuries, and she said and I showed her the.
Said it was his hip. It said it was his hip. That's what he went out for with the in the emergency.
Bro,
injury list.
That shit is all connected to your backbone, bro.
Yeah.
So if your hip is messed up and your lower back is messed up, it ain't too good. If RJ got a lacerated hand, it takes at least. I was talking to a baseball guy. Like usually in baseball, when you got a lacerated hand, you're out for 2-3 months. Yo, he's gonna be out for at least a month because you gotta let the stitches heal. Then after you let the stitches heal, he gotta get his form back again. We are done. This season's over.
It was his offhand though. It was his right hand.
That's even worse, bro. Yeah. That's even worse. Because now he's gonna overcompensate. Oh my God, this season is finished. Freezy, I'm ready to tank, brother. I'm so happy to talk to you for these past few hours because I'm ready to tank.
Let me ask this. If we are tanking, right? If we are tanking and we know that we're not going to make a move to bring in reinforcements, who's the first chess piece you move in in order to ensure that the tank rides smooth? Are you playing Cam Reddish or are you trading him?
Nah, Reddish still getting traded, but I'm absolutely trading Juju. I'm absolutely trading him, yo. Because I don't think he's gonna get hurt. Like the man got the body of a Greek god. Like I've never seen he never gets hurt, bro.
Right.
That is a skill. Like I don't know what
he played through pain, bro. He tough.
He is tough.
Right.
He is
he Luke Cage, man.
Right. The ladies' man, Luke Cage.
I don't necessarily want to just throw him
and Tibbs as coach is that absent-minded detective. What's her name? Misty. What's her name? The detective. Yeah, the female detective. That have all the clues. Huh?
It's Misty. Misty Knight.
Misty Knight. Yeah, that's the worst comic book name. Misty Knight, really?
Misty Knight.
Her name should have been Misty Rain. May as well Misty Day, Misty Night, Misty Rain. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, that's Tibbs, bro. You got all the clues right there in front of you, and you don't use them. Yo, she sees shades with the gun, and then goes to the scene, and there's bullet holes everywhere. And she's like, "I gotta investigate this." You just saw shades with the gun. Oh my God, yeah, Misty. Yeah, oh my God, she crazy. That's Tibbs. You got all the pieces and can't figure it out.
I'm tired, man. I'm getting out of here, man. I've said enough.
Get out of here, man. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
God damn.
5 o'clock in the morning. Where you gonna be? Oh, I forgot. That's too.
Yeah.
That's
Nightmares of the Knicks.
I forgot.
That's what's gonna happen.
Hey, so just real quick before we get out of here, I'm fasting for the rest of the year, right? So I started my fast at like 6 o'clock. I mean, I'm sorry, 12 o'clock at midnight. So it's one of the reasons why I jumped on a little bit late, trying to prep for this fast, bro. I'm starving so bad right now. Right. Dre, I'm not gonna eat anything until Saturday night at midnight, right? Think about when the ball drop. When the ball drop, I'll be eating something, but I won't eat anything, no food until then. It's all water and electrolytes. All water and electrolytes. Some form of electrolyte.
No insurance?
No food, man. I'm trying to get my body to correct itself. Do some self-correcting. Right? But right now, I could really use a roast beef on rye.
Yo, this guy here, man.
Dre, I'm serious, bro. I'm serious, bro.
At least it's not a ham sandwich.
No, a ham sandwich ain't just gonna do it. Ham sandwich. I need a pastrami on raw bread with brown mustard and a pickle. That's what I need right now.
It's like you're visualizing it right now, and it's not making it any better.
My mouth is watering, bro. My mouth is Niagara Falls right now, bro. But anyway, let me get out of here. Sir State, it's a pleasure. I'm gonna hit you up on Twitter to make you laugh, bro. I gotta kindle this RJ versus Grimes thing.
Yo.
I got to, bro.
I
got to because Grimes is better than Lou Dort. I got to throw all three of them in the conversation, bro.
Yo, Grimes better than Lou Dort?
I'm about to throw that out there in the conversation, bro. I know you love it, bro. Go ahead. Hey, Mr. State, come on, bro. You know you love it. You know Grimes is better than RJ, bro.
Salute the Quentin Ntilikina, man. I'm trying to be a fan of his. Well, I am a fan of his because he's one of my kids. We drafted him. But this whole treat him like a baby, we Gerber. Yeah, it reminds me of when I used to treat Frank like that. I think that's why I really hate
y'all. Legit had a church for Dre. They had a church
but Frank. In a church for Grimes.
Yes, there is a church for Grimes, bro.
Yo, look, I'm not even gonna lie to you, Freezy. I was out here pulling up all types of advanced analytics for the Frank Hive, man. Like it was bad, bro. It was down bad, man. We was down bad.
Yo,
you in a Grimes Hive now?
Yo,
Grimes Hive ain't got nothing on Frank Hive.
On
man.
Frank.
We was pulling out advanced analytics like, oh, he's the best pick and roll defender because he scores 1.1 points per possession.
Yes.
So we're not doing that for Grimes? So we're not doing that.
I mean, I haven't seen that stat yet, but I wouldn't doubt it. I haven't seen it yet though.
State remembers this. When I first started the Knicks Morning Drive, I used to start off the Knicks Morning Drive with Frank Ntilikina is a 6'4" Tree Rollins.
Oh,
and it used to drive Knicks fans crazy, yo. I used to be like, yo, Frank Ntilikina is a 6'4" Chuck Hayes. And it used to drive the Frank Hive crazy, bro.
Because like, first of all, he's 6'7". That's the first one.
Yeah.
With a 7-foot wingspan.
Yes. Somebody told me, I think a dude named, I forget what the dude name is. A dude in the Twitter thread was like, yo, Frank is 6'8" with a 7'6" wingspan. I saw him in person at the bodega. And bro, the dude had a picture. Was it Nick Slover? It was somebody said they saw Frank in Westchester at a store and took a picture of Frank. And Frank is 6'8" with like a 7.5-foot wingspan.
I hate it.
6'8", bro.
Yo, all I know is Leon Rose. Clock is ticking, brother.
Yeah, man.
Also, listen, Quentin Grimes. I like you, young blood. You ain't no Jalen Green, though.
Hey, Dre, I'm gonna record a video and put it on Twitter and tag State in it. I got to, bro.
Hey, look, hey, look, man. That Knicks
Because you and
Twitter
Ebro ain't doing nothing. You and Ebro don't do nothing no more. So yeah, I may as well.
Oh nah, me and Ebro gonna start. I just had the only reason why I haven't is because my job schedule, like I'm in a new area, new section of my job. So my schedule, I'm just starting to get used to it. Like I've started this schedule in late August. Okay. So I haven't really been able to like do live streams like even at work. Yeah. And I've been at work on days when I've been off. So like, yeah, it was like really busy. But we're gonna get back to it though.
Yeah, I gotta do a joint and call y'all out. I gotta because one dude thinks RJ is the wheel, the other one thinks RJ is trash. So I gotta call y'all out, man.
Oh he's respectful about RJ Barrett now. As far as Mitchell Robinson is concerned, his disrespect for Mitchell Robinson is ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? He like RJ, right? He think RJ is pretty good. I thought when I talked to him, that's the impression I got.
Eru is it's temperament. You gotta catch him on a good day. Don't catch him during the losing streak. You catch him on a good day,
I can't deal with that, bro. man, listen, me and Ebro have to go at it like how you and Ebro go at it. You know what I'm saying? If he go flip flop because they lost, you know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is, brother. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm gonna walk by the fridge about 10 times and then go drink some water. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for watching, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Just a reminder, Vibes and stuff will be back next year. Just putting some stuff together. So it'll be in the mornings, it's gonna be Vibes and stuff at 8. Knicks Morning Drive at like 9:30, like 9:30 to 12, and the Knicks at Night podcast. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Peace.